Welcome everybody to the next session.
Welcome everybody to episode 25 of the House of Legends campaign, Magic of Iocrest. This is going to be one fun session to do, as the House of Seven, from where we last ended, had finally reached Benna after water. Yeah, lots of water. That was great. You traverse safely, avoiding
what the fuck is my son?
much water, watery antics as there could have been, because there could have been so much more. Just like you avoided tons of undead. So good on you guys. You reach Benna in the midst of a ongoing attack from undead horde that also was mixed with some demonic forces. You were greeted immediately by some of the swarm, the knights and soldiers of Iocrest that are stationed within Benna, and then you were quickly also greeted by Lady Vala herself, the pillar of this province, this state. And you immediately, for two of you, were cured of your lycanthropy, so no longer will you feel the need to start howling at the moon.
Yay!
Congrats, you guys.
I want to howl at the moon.
No.
You can still do that.
That's all you. That's all you.
I'm going right back.
That's a personal choice that Nakia can do. But then, as you guys were going up to start heading towards the inside of the city, you heard a loud crash and thunderous explosion, and a tower had fallen, and Lady Vala took to the sky to aid in this battle that was happening just outside some of the city's walls across the bridge. So, House of Seven, as you were watching one of the towers falling, in the distance you see a couple houses and few scattering of buildings. There looks to be a barracks heading towards leaving the city. You see a very monstrous sized creature that has broken through. Part of it is starting to burn away. It's got massive horns extending out, kind of almost minotaur-like. Its skin is very red. It's got a pig nose and everything. Like, some of the features are distinguished, but it lets out a roar as it starts to back away. And Lady Vala is immediately starting to take to the sky. She's turning into not the shining, glowing, powerful form that she was when you all first met her, but still a massive dragon nonetheless, of about 150 feet long as she takes to the sky. What would you all like to do at this current time?
Great question.
Do we help her, or do we think she's got it? I'm asking as role playing.
She's got that.
Should we know she's got that?
I think she's got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get involved.
I don't think I can help you.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna nail file somewhere, just, you know.
So you're all just standing on the bridge at this current time?
I can't realistically do a lot.
Into the direction of where everything's happening.
Can I do like a general, perception check of like what's going on where?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I want to know who's fighting where.
I'm gonna follow suit and do that as well.
Yeah.
So some of you are kind of looking around and slowly sauntering towards the battle.
12.
Can I?
I don't know shit.
I'm just gonna follow behind Child because I don't see nothing.
Rex is just amused at what's actually happening because of his little interaction the day before.
So Felix, you can hear lots of battle. You can hear lots of calling out and shouts and screams and roars. That's definitely not human. Child, you see very well. It's like you're just tapping into the devil sight that you have, and you can just see like one of the walls that's crumpled down that led to the devastation of the one Thuman Tower falling. There's a lot of undead mass that is starting to surge forward towards there. You're seeing large figures that are purple and pink and dark gray skin that are starting to surge forward as well, that stand anywhere from 8 to 12 feet tall. Various mouths on parts of their bodies. That's very Hellraiser-esque in some of the appearance. It is unpleasant to look at. And you see overhead as well, like there's another dragon swooping in, and its breath is both a mixture of fire and lightning as it scorches across the ground.
Yeah, I'm still just walking closer and closer.
In the area that we're standing on right now, are we relatively safe? Like, Where's my
You.
map?
So where you guys are currently standing, you can't really see it, but you came up like pretty much where the bridge began, like on the far side. So you're nowhere near like the actual city walls to go deeper inside. So you're closer to a lot more of those buildings. So currently where you're standing, you are very safe. Like if a lot of the creatures start to surge forward, there's still a lot of swarm between.
Like
you.
we're on the bridge that's on the river, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then they're all attacking that little blip of the city that's, the little the little blip of the city. The
pretty much
other
that
side
is what.
is still
Yes,
city.
and so it's the right tower, like on your guys' right side, is the one that just broke and fell.
Does it look like the the soldiers of Benna are winning the fight, or does it look like they're being overtaken?
Well, currently a couple of them like are just rushing forward. Like they are a lot smarter than a lot of the undead. What looks like is a bit of a bigger issue is what looks like some of the demons that they are fighting. As one of them that just broke through the tower, it did take some scorching radiant burns. But, you know, because now that tower is no longer active, it doesn't seem to be taking damage as it is just ready, and it starts turning towards the other tower. And it's standing at probably about 30 feet tall, and it's just ready to go as you watch as Vala just comes, crashes a paw right down on it, and immediate lightning breath down on. So far, it seems like the soldiers aren't concerned.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think they've got this for right now. I feel like behind the gate over there would be safer ground. I don't know. Hey, yep, Araxis! I think we're going this way.
I agree, child. I will not be out here for so long.
Yep, great. And I just turn on my heel and start going that way, seeing who follows.
I think I'm gonna follow Child as well. Be
Yeah,
like,
I'll follow as well.
your shield ain't big enough for this.
My shield ain't big enough for this.
Is there anybody like actually near me?
There's quite a few soldiers that are still like standing ready. There are like pockets of ones that they are the spell knights as well. So there's also some of those shield guardians. So there are constructs out and about. So there's quite a few soldiers.
Just in awe of what's going on. Araxis was kind of in that, like, I wouldn't say, like, nonchalant manner. Rex's will is being... And just turns off and then walks back. Like that.
Quick question, child. What's your AC?
Oh no.
14?
Questions to ask in the bedroom.
So
No,
as you like
no.
turn to walk away,
Your AC.
this spear just
Oh god.
right between. Yeah,
Goes
it
through
would
the
actually
eyes.
go from of how it was thrown.
Right
Goes
between your legs.
into the left leg and then immediately pierces into the right.
What?
Oh my god.
She got kebabbed?
Incapacitated.
So
it-
you
it
just
hit
like,
me.
yeah.
Child got kebabbed?
Well, it's a 12 plus modifier.
You just...
So
And it's incapacitation, so fuck.
Do I take damage? Like it just
yeah,
You also get a wheelchair.
apparently just so a spear just comes out of nowhere and just
Into one leg and into the other.
It's Final Destination.
you take
I
16
hate
points of
you.
necrotic damage.
Final D&D.
damn.
just like ugh.
As like you guys are all kind of turning and you just watch this spear hit and you just see like this demon starts crawling across and just immediately starts manifesting another spear to throw at her, and he just
I know you.
So she got Cat from Halo Reach. Okay, I think I'm gonna run in front of it to try to protect Child, just from not getting hit again.
How close is
How
this
close?
demon to me?
this is from Child about 40 feet away from you. If you were still turning around to walk back towards them, would probably be about 70 feet.
Can I draw my short bow?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm protecting Child. Yeah, you guys.
Where did the spear hit me?
About, I'll just do visual, like about left leg right there to then go down into the
Oh.
right leg.
So it went through both my it got both
Yeah,
my
you're incapacitated.
Roll,
Like,
roll
it
for
hit, like you can pull it out.
reaction,
It's gonna hurt.
hellish
Don't do that.
rebuke.
You're gonna okay.
What do I have to do for this? Oh yeah, they have
No,
to
it's
roll
it's a save.
a Dex 14 save for this.
No. I
Doesn't
rolled
hit.
under a 10. I rolled under a 10. It
Amazing.
failed.
They're gonna get full damage for this. So 3
Huge.
10. 13 damage as I just point a finger and go, I don't know you, bitch! Just
It's like as it just like breathes in this flame. The whole new
Good enough.
sphere, like its vertical mouth just like opens up in a screech. The 4 eyes that like 2 on its cheek and 2 in just a little bit under where a hairline would be, just all blinks. Just,
Child of the Violet will burn today.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to use.
We all hear that, right?
I'm
Yeah.
going to use one of my
it's saying
face
aloud.
steps to get closer, and then I'm going to walk just the extra 10 feet to get closer to it, and then I'm going to use Channel Divinity Divine Spark.
all right.
That is going to force the creature to make a DC 15 con.
DC 15
Yep.
as a natural 20.
Wow. Okay.
I know. Right out the gate.
Never mind then.
Can I try to
Yep,
shoot
go.
at his head?
Yeah. Go ahead.
16.
That'll hit.
Uh-oh.
Noise. Can I give child a potion of healing greater?
And a 6.
6 damage.
Yeah.
All right. The arrow just hits in it.
Sacred
Yeah,
Flame.
drawn
Well, you just tried to do your channel divinity. So Felix, you were gonna give a potion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that if that's gonna be your action.
Uh-huh. Can I like do something about like I can't really do anything with just the
Well,
potion
you
like,
can-
right
don't
now.
touch the spear!
You can put yourself in front, because then that will kind of give her a little bit
No,
more
I'm already
cover.
doing that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm already doing that. I'm already giving her cover. And I'm like, here, drink this. And then just drink. That'll
Alright.
help with the pain.
Are you gonna roll for health or should I roll for health?
He has to.
I'll
I
say
do.
Felix has to roll for
What do
health,
I roll
because it
again?
is. If it's a greater health potion, it'll be 4d4
Uh-huh.
plus 4.
I tried to find the fucking the number. Oh, well.
9. So 13 points of health. So, almost full healing back.
13?
Yeah.
I did something.
Almost. That helps, I just can't move.
All right, Kieran, what are you doing?
If he's 40
can
feet,
use
I'll
that.
do all 40 feet to get up in front of him. And then, I want to see if I can use one of my spells. One of my spells. Oh, you know what? Yeah, why not? We can interrogate him. I'm gonna cast Hibernation. And then,
What?
Sleep.
you go into sleep. We're gonna interrogate him. That's
Oh, I
gonna
thought
be...
you were going to sleep. I was like, huh?
I'm gonna go up
You're-
to him
you're
and
gonna-
then... Yeah, I'm gonna go up to him and use Hibernation. And then that's gonna be a
Just a
15.
quick question. Where exactly do you want to interrogate him?
I don't know.
Because he's
Put
not
him
going
in
to
an
make it
alleyway.
through the gate with... He's not going to make it alive through the gate with Dooming Crystals active.
Alright, so we take him to the side and interrogate him. We can wake him up. We can wake him up from the slumber.
Is there a save for hibernation?
I'm just saying there's no
15.
safe area outside of the walls for us.
Alright, if worst comes to
No,
worst, we
that's
kill
all.
him.
Alright, yeah. Alright.
It's a what kind of save?
Con 15.
On 15, he just saved.
Oof. That's all I can do,
Rolled a
guys.
13 plus 2. So you're just like up close to his body, and it is just a mixture of purple and blues with greens, and there's just kind of maggots falling out as there's like 2 mouths on his shoulders, just with like gnashing teeth, because kind of like breathing as maggots begin to fall out.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Roll some blood.
Now we can go back to the top, child. What would you like? Well, actually, it'll be the demon's turn,
No.
as it is just.
No.
So, I could technically show a picture of what one of these things looks like.
Yeah.
If you guys really want to
Yeah.
see it.
I do.
Yeah, I want
No.
to see
I
it.
want to
Yeah.
know what's incapacitated, what speared me.
He's gonna let out a real loud wail. So because you are the only one, Karen, that is within 30 feet of him, I need you to make a DC saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. It is a 15 to try and save.
I got a good wisdom.
What's
It's a
the-
24!
What's the range?
24.
30 feet.
I'm within range as well.
I got a natural
Okay, I'll
20
need you to
plus
make a
a
save
bow.
All right, you're fine.
Dex or
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh, yay!
Oh, actually, you do still take half damage.
Dirty
even on a
20.
save. All right, well then you're not gonna take full. I did not read the full thing on that ability. So you both take. Never mind. You both take 17 psychic.
Never mind.
It was gonna be lower, and then the dice finally like flipped, and it was like, oh. You watch like as it roars, this ethereal energy just kind of leaves its body. Araxis, you recognize this, as it is a being's soul being burned away that's been in use.
Oh.
As this demon creature lets it out, and he's gonna try and race right by you, Kieran. He's gonna try to like push you around, and he's gonna move 30 feet to try to rush forward towards you, child. So you do get an attack of opportunity if you'd like, Kieran.
Yeah, what do I roll for that?
Your attack.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're gonna use your longsword, or...
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Good shit.
Oh, a 6.
That's my boy.
That'll miss.
Damn, that's not my boy.
It's just too fast, like the roar just went out, kind of suffering a little bit from a mild headache from whatever it just did. And you try to swing wildly as it goes, and you just take a misstep, and you're like, ugh, as it rushes by, and like all the mouths now that are like on its shoulder, and now you can see there's a couple mouths on its kneecaps as it's getting close, and they're all just almost pulsing forward, trying to get at you, child, as it's standing at 7.5 feet tall. So now, child, it is your turn. I will say, like, as it gets closer, there's quite a few soldiers that are still on the bridge rushing towards this battle. So they all just see it, and one of them is like, we have to, what the fuck? I was like, just
What
one
the
of them
f-
calls
I'm
out.
getting away from that.
Couple of soldiers like,
Oh.
help the, another one's like, help the ambassadors, help the ambassadors, as 20 soldiers are now just rushing full force across the bridge.
Okay, I want
Huge.
to evil eye. So
Alright.
charisma 14.
That is a 7.
Yes. That means I'm gonna spend 2 jinx points to do Curse of the Fearful. So, I can so you can spend 2 jinx points to cause a creature marked by your evil eye to be frightened for 1 minute. The frightened creature must make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending this misfortune on a successful save. Just like kind of point my finger at him and silently like mutter like or like whatever it is that I need to do.
So as you go and do this, you're used to your patron coming out. You're used to that little smoke. All of a sudden, like the smoke extends out, and you watch as it's no longer smoke, as it's an extended, long, purplish violet arm with plate armor that comes out and just reaches out, and it just snatches the demon by the neck. As a head begins to like extend out of your neck itself, and it's just, don't even think about it. As it just starts lifting the demon up like 2 feet off the ground, and it just this head fully formed and beautiful, no flaws, as there's just golden lines along the purple skin, a sharp jaw. Nakia, you recognize this face instantly as the one that saved you from the man in red, as there's horns extending out. As this face now looks at all of you, as the eyelids blink vertically, that are just beads of purple flame, as it just... Now's the time, House of Seven. Put the rat down. That'll be the end of that. For that being's turn.
I'm just
I'm gonna
shook.
go ahead and use Sacred Flame.
Phil fixes her glasses.
DC 15 Dex.
So my patron just has this demon-esque thing in a chokehold. Okay, cool.
Badass.
It was a what save?
Dex.
That's a 5. That's a 5.
Okay, so flame-like radiance descends on a creature that I can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. The target gains no benefits from half cover or 3/4 cover.
There's no cover around here.
So, and then I'm as a reaction to this as well. It's going to be I'm going to use accelerate.
Okay.
So
I had
do
my
this
window
damage
open,
first.
listened to the rain earlier,
So
and then
that's
I realized
4,
that it was
and then
trying to
accelerate.
come in and onto my computer.
That's going to be an extra 7.
Window.
Alright. So that was how much damage in total?
That would be 11.
Oh, beautiful. Love that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Alright. As this thing is just bathed in this radiant sacred flame, as it just... As it's trying to speak, and you just watch this monstrous hand of this purple-skinned, devilish figure as it begins to squeeze harder, as this entity that's just erupting at a child is just smiling. Alright, who's next up? Nakia?
I think so. I'm probably gonna hit it with another arrow.
I will say at this current
no.
time, you do have advantage on it because it's being held in place.
Oh, okay.
If you have advantage,
Ain't
you
going
have
nowhere.
attack.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I would like to use sneak attack.
So you roll 2 d20s. You're gonna take the higher number.
19.
Yeah,
Wait,
that'll hit.
16.
Yeah.
That'll still hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do I roll for damage with the short bow?
So you roll your regular short bow, and then your sneak attack, you will roll 3d6.
3d6. Okay, so
So 16. Woo, good damage. It is just like bleeding this eerie green blood from the arrow. Like you just hit a vital organ. Like you're just able to pinpoint in one of the mouths, and it's just like gushing this greenish ichor down its leg. Felix, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna stick a long sword in its neck. All right.
You mean the neck that's being held by?
Well, slightly above it. I can aim pretty well.
Just lop the head off.
Oh fuck me, 16.
That hits.
Well, I'll also say you could roll with advantage because it is still being held in place. So you could roll another d20.
Okay,
You can see if you crit.
I got worse.
Okay, so the 16 will still hit.
Cool. 9.
It is
Oh, we haven't
barely
even
holding
explained
on.
that yet.
It's still alive.
You know, you
Can't
can
I
go
attack
for your
again?
second attack. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to
You
say.
have 2 attacks. Want to hit it again? Want to hit it again?
24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yep.
You can roll a d20 again to see if you crit.
Nah, I'll take it. I got an 8.
Alright, how do you want to do this as it's being held
Yeah.
in this
Lob its
entity's
head off.
hand?
Want to lob its head off? Exactly. That couldn't have done it better. Imagined it better myself.
I'm also going to say, because are you using the dominant?
No, I'm not using the long because I have my
Okay,
shield
I'm
out.
I was about to say, it like, Child's Patron is pretty much trying to hold that as the dominant just...
It's like I feel like I'm already making it nervous as fuck with swinging at its head while it's holding its neck. It's like, okay, chill out.
So you just watch as the blade goes, and this entity is just holding now just a head as the body falls, and as it does, the body begins to crumple and shrink inward as this mass of flesh and sludge is left in a puddle, and this patron just begins to hold it and just takes the head, and Mortal Kombat squishes it.
Yep.
As another arm has
Oh,
just
yeah.
like appeared out from behind Child's back to do this. It's just like,
Do I just get covered in green goopy stuff?
no, it's still like maybe about a foot in front of you as it's doing
Okay.
this.
I don't. Okay, good. I was like,
As its
It was
hands are
like,
just
"Ew."
like,
Eel, no.
you covered in.
Rose said eel.
And I don't even need to ask about a soul because it's already gone.
it's also a demon, and immediately went back to the abyss.
Yeah,
Why would you want the soul of a demon?
that shit's fun.
So like a bunch of the guards start rushing forward, and they like are still slowly with some of their spears and some of their blades. A couple of them have crossbows, and they're now all pointed at this monstrous entity that is jutting a little bit outside of Child, as you just hear a you, as Vala just like comes back into her humanoid form, this beautiful golden gown, as she just now still in humanoid form from her dragon, but she's taller now, standing at 10 feet, and she's just pointing at this entity that is above Child, and he just, happy to see me again, Benna. I never thought. I knew the girl was a warlock. And he's just, are we going to spoil the surprise? Child, how much do you know about this thing?
He's purple.
Vala just kind of like claps her hands like, Guardians of Benna, I awaken you, rise, protect this city. As the ground around her begins to erupt, as you watch as from beneath some of the buildings that start crumbling, these massive figures of metal that stand about 25 feet tall, like one arm is in the shape of a massive hammer, with another with a massive axe, just starts
I've always wanted to use that spell.
and just like starts clambering up as a whole bunch of figures just drop from the sky that stand about 12 feet tall, as like they're holding massive blades, and then you realize some of their blades, these iron golems, immediately turn military style and just start marching towards the undead and demonic hordes as these massive Warforged Titans rise, about 3 of them, and they just start taking off into the battlefield. And Javala just... So you don't know the identity of this devil then, child?
No, we don't.
As he just smiles. Oh, come on, Vala. Why tease? Why stall? Why? And he just starts this massive hand that's probably about a foot in length, just like his hands just rest on your shoulders, child. And it's like, how much do you want to surprise, child?
I have a hunch. I don't know if I want that to be confirmed or not.
Vala's just standing there like lightning's crackling around her hand. She's like, well, who would ever think of a father being their own child's patron? Their own flesh and blood. Guilty as charged. As Vala just stands there, Lord Astrazuth. Why? What father wouldn't want to watch over his own flesh and blood and make sure they're safe? I would be such a terrible parent if I didn't make sure my dear, as like his hand comes down and kind of grabs you by your chins, like, if I didn't make sure that she was safe. Her mother wasn't going to do it. So her father should! As like 2 more arms come out, as just like this massive 12-foot figure now stands clad in plate armor. Hello, House of 7, as he begins to turn, as like these 4 arms just kind of go out. Hello, soldiers of Benna. Lord Astrazu, Lord of 3 circles of hell. At your service. Maybe Lord Lady Pillar would do better at guarding her cities, so the devils don't have to intervene. Any of you doing anything at this current time?
Araxis is watching it fun.
I'd like to be able to move. Somebody be able to help me.
He's not like attached to you, like he's now standing as his own self.
No, but I mean the spear is embedded in my leg still.
You haven't said anything either, so.
I know, I'm kind of just like.
Oh, I'm still next to you, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, Felix, I don't know if I could deal with this right now. Can you help me with the spear first?
Yeah, and then I just go, I just snaps me out
You
of
just
it.
see,
I'm
like,
just
two of the arms just move up. Felix like, careful how you handle my daughter.
It's just your dad's interesting. I'm just trying to
Like,
help.
I've had a relationship with my father for how long? I'm like, didn't even know. I'm like,
I'm just helping child. I'm like, did you know this?
did you know this?
Did you know this?
I mean, I don't know. I read it in the diary. I wasn't too sure if it was true or not. Like,
Heads up would have been nice. And as I'm just like, you know.
I didn't know.
All of a sudden, I'm not the most messed up person in the group, and then. Yeah, at this point. Oh my god.
So child support's been a real pain. Kind of hard to collect when they live in hell.
Child support does suck.
So give me a strength check on the spear, Felix.
Oh, gladly.
And I'm gonna ready a health potion just to plug it back.
I got a 1.
After,
You try to pull, but you're more so pulling on her, which is now pulling child forward. Like you pull it out of the dirt, but you realize now the end of it is actually barbed and it's catching in her right leg.
Oh, my bad. Let me try again.
At that point, like just in a cloud, all of a sudden Astrazuth is just over child's shoulder looking at you. It's like, I told you, be careful.
Well, someone's gonna help her? Like, are you doing it? No.
At that point, just snaps his finger and the spear just is gone.
You couldn't have done that 5 seconds ago? Your dad sucks.
He's right there!
Just like all the hands like still on the ground. It's like, I still seem to recall you wanted to fight me in person, little fighter.
Damn!
Remember the
Damn!
I'm gonna rub the
Shit.
wound and be like, he's still better than the other one I had before. Ugh.
Oh, how many people do you let inside your daughter?
And so
Let's go
Felix
right now.
dies.
I'm gonna look at Felix in horror and be like, what?
At that point, like the front of his face begins to extend out. It's like, you've tasted death once. Want to enjoy it once more.
I think at this point I just have my sword and shield ready for anything. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Okay, everybody! Let's take a deep breath, alright? I don't know what's going on between the two of you, and I'm pointing at Vala and my dad. I don't know what's going on between the two of you, pointing at my dad and him. Felix is just like, we just all need to stop, alright? This is a huge revelation. Can we all just take a step back and figure what the fuck is going on first, please? We came here for a reason, and we'd like to deal with that.
How I Met Your Mother,
I didn't say that. That's actually quite an interesting story.
I read the diary. I already know how it happened. Let's move on from that. I don't need to know how I was conceived.
At that point, Vala is like, just silently now standing very close to you, child. And close to you, Felix. And she just looks at Astrazuth and being like, they are under my charge. Touch them. And I will rend you from this existence, this plane. Oh,
What they said.
Such a flirt, especially on that day over 20 years ago, when you couldn't even get there in time for access.
Oh.
And it had to be me to save the town. Lightning overhead just erupts. Oh, touched a nerve, did I?
Alright.
It's more
Two of you.
important dealing with me or saving your daughter's city. Rexha's forces are here. And all of a sudden he just starts tilting his head and immediately looks at you, Araxis, and then looks back to her. Better stop it. She just looks at you, child, and just like her body immediately starts glowing. It's like, I will deal with you all in a moment, and just takes to the sky like an arrow. And you just hear as an echo, go inside the city, is what she like just calls out as you just watch as this magnificent 250-foot form erupts from the clouds coming down as she has now taken on her true dragon great worm visage as she's beginning to descend. And at that point, Astrosooth is just such a show off, and then just disappears in a cloud of smoke.
Okay, I'm still kind of just like rubbing where the spear hit my legs and just like, I might actually take a drink for once.
Make it 2 drinks and then just help you up.
And kind of just start like half limping. I don't like gently walking.
Does it still
I don't know
hurt?
how. Probably not, but I mean, I just took a spear to the legs. I don't know. I'm not gonna run.
There's a slight pain just from like the necrotic damage that was done to it, but you still
Yeah. Like I
only
mean, I'd
have 3
imagine that
damage
like
left.
my muscles have like, you know, reintertwined and they're brand new to this, so there's like probably a twinge. So
Oh yeah,
I'm just-
it's like the moment you
Yeah.
take a first step, it's buckle a little bit, but then it's like, okay,
Now I know
doesn't
what I'm
hurt
doing.
having a little bit of
Yeah.
help from Felix.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you need help? Like,
Yeah,
you can help
I
you. Do we
just
need to
I just
run?
kind of lean on you without saying anything and just keep walking. Like you're
It's like, okay.
Lean on me.
At that point, Kieran, in your mind, you
Right,
hear,
oh,
This pack gets stranger every day.
Something tells me that this is just the beginning.
good response.
Devils, dragons, gods. What fate
Amnesia.
do you all face?
Probably death.
Welcome it with teeth bared.
Cheers to that.
I want to hear Shadowhide say dementia.
are you all walking across the bridge?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you all start getting about 15 feet down the bridge, you just watch as water immediately erupts around the sides, and 8 figures just splash down immediately with these leafy greens and teals and blues with watery forms and shields and swords as they are at the ready. All at you as one of them just,
Halt. Who are you?
Just gonna show them the pin and be like, ambassadors, had a day. Let us through.
at that point they just kind of close ranks and they
I
just like
wanna
all
mess with her.
swords out.
It's like,
Sorry, what? They close
Oh,
right
They all
what?
just like, they immediately like close ranks to block you and just like shields out and
I don't
swords
give
down.
a fuck what you are. Yeah.
It's
bruh.
just like,
We have guarded this bridge for years upon years.
It's our Riddles 3. No, I'm just kidding.
We stand as the Sealy Guard over this river, protecting it.
You might want to deal with whatever ghoul was upriver about a day or two. No?
We protect this immediate vicinity.
Ah, okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that. And again, show the pin. We are ambassadors of Lady Vala. We would like to enter the city and seek refuge.
Araxis, give me a history check.
Yep. Roger, dodger that. Probably gonna not know nothing. Ah, never mind. Dirty 20.
You recognize these as they are river spirits. They are guards. They are Fey Wardens.
Ah. Okay.
Almost similar to the one that you've been charged to kind of get a specific thing to.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that this is where we're going.
So, as they all just kind of stand there and they're just...
Araxis is like, fine. I don't want to deal with this shit. Walks forward and just. I have something for you guys. And I point to my chest as they should already sense what it is.
One of them just immediately turns to the one that's been talking. A dryad sea. Only one of us knows of that. Ilvir, our commander. He would be within the Fey realm at this current time. You would have to pass through the waters below into the realm.
I think I was gonna have to go back home so soon.
The Aquiltren is its own separate vanguard station. It is just on the cusp of the watery plains of the Fey realm.
Okay. Let's go. I'm.
Can you breathe underwater?
Yes.
Can your companions?
Okay. No.
No.
No!
Then I advise, because you will all be going.
We're all going?
Oh,
I must
yeah,
go.
I still,
Right now?
That's his problem.
I still can't breathe underwater.
You still have not gained access to this city.
Oh, son of a bitch, let's learn how to fucking hold our breaths. Come on, Felix. Try pushing him towards the edge of the fucking bridge.
It's like, hey, relax. I'm still holding on to child. We're both gonna go down. Like,
Yeah.
So you guys are all just standing at the bridge. They're just still like standing, all like at attention. They're not really moving or anything.
so what the fuck do we do?
Yeah. Okay. So our options are jump off a bridge
Or
and
Drown.
To drown, basically.
You guys drowning, me just swimming around like because I can turn into a fish or an octopus.
I'm gonna kind of glance at the
I'm
ceiling guard and
happy
be
for
like,
you.
"Do you have anything to, I don't know, help us breathe underwater?"
We are able to breathe underwater. Why would we need to carry anything? To
For
do
You're not very
situations like
considerate,
this,
are you?
you're not very helpful.
You're not very considerate then, huh?
You've met the Fae, have you not? Have any of them ever been considerate to you?
I liked one
Not
Fae a
much of
lot.
anybody's ever been very considerate.
Okay. Should have looked at Araxis just going.
We have one in our party.
Do you require another favor, dear daughter?
I'm racking up favors here. I'm gonna eye the water and then turn back and eye the undead behind me and just be like, "Yeah, I think I'll take that favor."
You just watch as like 4 arms begin to jut out of Child's back, and immediately like poke all of you in your necks. One goes like a claw goes right into Child, into Nakia, into Felix, and into Kieran, as you guys all just gills immediately on your neck. Like, that should last for the day.
Cool.
So
As
does
you-
this mean
As you all try to breathe, you're immediately like,
yeah,
I'm jumping in.
yeah, I'm jumping in.
Yep.
Jumping in.
It's one time.
Fuck you. And then I just jump in. I just jump.
I'm still on the bridge as I watch this all happen. That was interesting.
you watch them like the 4 of them start suffocating on air, and they just all. I want you all to remember though, this is also like a 30+ foot drop right
Yeah.
into the water.
Yeah.
Perfect
Keep your
dive.
legs straight.
As
Yeah,
like
Felix' dumbass probably belly flopped.
in
When
plate armor
plate?
too.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh,
Arax-
man.
Smack! Sink.
I kept my legs straight. I went.
As
like
they all
that.
did, Arax is like, you just, it's kind of a chuckle, and immediately like, about 5 of the river spirits immediately just like descend down.
And then I'm just gonna jump off and wild shape into a reef shark.
Alright, Maui.
Alright, Maui.
Now you all
Actually,
get to have
no,
that
sorry,
visual
sorry.
of like, you're under the water
Sorry,
and
no,
access.
not reef shark. It's gonna be a bull shark.
So that's great for a lot of you, like visually, you just was just open air water splash down, kind of look up, and then all of a sudden there's a shark in the air dropping with a whole bunch of the
What
river
the fuck?
spirits. As you do that, the rest of the river spirits come in and they all begin guiding you deeper and deeper. You're going way deeper. Shut up. And as you descend deeper inside the water, it goes from very cold to warm. It's like a warm, fuzzy blanket being wrapped around you. Shut up!
Felix pissed himself down to feeding the water.
Hey, what?
Yeah, we're in the water.
Just to mind you,
Piss
like,
myself.
of how well on you are going, is because it is now completely dark, so for you, Felix, you can't really see much, but you're also being guided down. That you're being ushered as, like, a couple of the river spirits are around each of you, just kind of helping you. And as you descend and it gets warmer, you go from dark, murky blue to its bright green, it's vibrant, of now you almost kind of upside down go in, and now it's from unseen to its seaweed dancing. There's strange looking fish swimming around, there's strange looking entities that are moving, there's sea elves, there's all kinds of merfolk going around, and now you are all standing kind of vertically in the water for just a moment as you no longer feel that cold embrace of the river spirits around you, and it's just warmth as you are in a hall with coral bits around. There's plaques, there are guards that are just kind of standing, and they begin to swim towards you as they move, and you just see that there's also fins with kind of long stretched ears as one of them begins to move, and you just hear in your mind, child, as you would be the first one to kind of go through, is like, what are you doing here?
I'm here with these guys for that one, and I'm just. Wait, no. Do I recognize the bull shark as Araxis?
It's easy to recognize.
Yeah, okay.
Where
And
else would a
for-
bull shark be able to get up here?
And for that one specifically. Point at the bull shark.
It's like holding a spear, and it's like,
We are friend, not foe.
I don't know that one.
he's just like kind of swimming there. And Araxis, as you enter in, because that symbol, even when you're in your druidic form, still hangs, but as soon as you enter in, that symbol, it's not there. It's not present as you are in the realm of the Fae. As you are swimming, and just like this weird plant just almost like kind of tries to like reach up and grab at you, but it extends as much as it can go, and then it just slowly recoils back into the rock. And you are just swimming in this place. Do you continue to stay in this form?
Well, I can't breathe otherwise.
True. Because this sea fae is just kind of swimming there. It's just... And in your mind, then, Araxis, you hear, why have you come here?
Is this a telepathy?
Telepathy, yeah.
Okay. In my mind, I go, fortunately, I didn't want to be here, but Dalbin, the so altruistic, was given a task, and I have this seed that you guys want.
And he just,
need.
his free hand with his left, he just places it on your body, and he just... Well, the only one that might be interested in such would be Commander Elvir of the river. And he just kind of starts backing away and starts beginning to move. And in your mind, Araxis, he goes, follow. And then in all of your minds, just follow, 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 follow. As he begins to go down a hall and just swims. As you follow after, like, you just watch as this 7-foot-long eel just darts across this intersection of a hall and just immediately goes. Watch as stingrays are swimming up above if you actually look up, it is weird because it seems like a roof almost, but it is churning water. And as you look up, there's sea life. There's giant elemental creatures swimming around. There's giant sea life that you would see if you were anywhere near the ocean. There's all kinds of stingrays, manta rays, sharks. One that has quite a lot of tentacles moving about and is probably about 80 feet long as it just...
I've seen this video before.
Oh boy. All right. I think... but as you're just like following, he takes a left and turns, and as he goes, like, there's a couple of guards that open up this beautiful stone purple coral doors. As I open up, it's this grand dome of a room, probably about 100 feet in diameter. And as they enter in, it's just silent conversations happening as all of a sudden this massive 10-foot figure immediately manifests right in front of you guys. And you just like hear a voice that's like bubbles. It's just, what can I do for you? Oh.
With my fins just like...
With you guys with gills, technically you can talk. You do have gills. You would be...
This one has some sort of seed thingy that he apparently needs to give to you if he wants to keep his druidic powers or something.
At that point, he just like immediately grabs the bull shark and just brings it in. And just like this, it is... His armor is definitely a lot different than the other ones that you saw up above. It is very much teal, all down the left and right side, with then a streak of murky green down the middle, with a whole bunch of leaves that almost look like they are medals to mark his status. He's got this coral purple helmet over with a singular slat, and you just see these beads of yellow for eyes as he just brings it close, and the helmet almost rises like he's taking a sniff. He's just, oh, my love, and he just like immediately places his hand against your chest, and you just, in the body, you just feel the seed pulling out, and he just...
Little shark chest.
And like immediately the seed begins to sprout as the dryad you had all grown familiar with back outside of Deprad just immediately begins to emerge out of the seed. The bark and the foliage and leaves and bush that adorned her body, the long brown and green hair just immediately extends out, flowing amongst the water as she just kind of flows out of it, and she just, well, hello there, Illy. It has been some time. As he just takes her hand and immediately looks at you all. Thank you. It's very rare we get to have time together. Every century or so. Just internally the shark just like, I hate it here. You brought together a lovely couple.
Really brought in the woodhuzz.
Not gonna lie, I legit thought you were talking to the bull, or that he was talking to the bull shark when he's like, "Oh, my love," and I was like, "What?"
This is the shark.
Araxis!
Araxis gets around.
Yeah.
It's like, so the seed now is like...
Can I watch?
It's very... No. It's very strange to watch, like, this little tiny seed just immediately erupts into a full figure. But, you know, it's the Fae. Araxis, you're accustomed to all the strange things that happen amongst this place.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass.
As there are...
a fucking love quest.
As there are Triton, there's merfolk, there's Sawagain, there's all manner of sea folk that are here. There's, like, little
killed
tiny
your brothers.
There's like quicklings that are just speeding around. All of them have, some of them even having like strange air bubbles, kind of pretty much like Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob, just like zipping around, like swimming as they're just darting around, grabbing stuff, and just leaving and going back and forth. As a lot of the figures that are in this massive 100-foot room merely see this and they're like, and they start making their way to like down different doorways. They're like, oh no, it's like. It's almost like they know what's about to happen in this room and they're just trying to leave. And Ilvir's like,
Should we leave? We done did our job, right?
Yes, And she just turns to look at the bull sharks, like, she just, like, starts grabbing the sides, like, you did such an excellent job.
But before we go, can you just grant us access on the bridge into Benna?
Illy? And he's just like, I can do that. Although I should probably be kind to them, right, my love, as they brought you here? What, you don't want them fast-forwarding through time when they leave this place? Well, I would be... You don't mind forwarding maybe days, weeks, months, years when leaving the Fey realm?
You got nothing better to do.
Yep.
Maybe a day?
Hold. Wait.
Can you actually fast forward to the point where the war's over? I don't want to deal with that.
Mortals, better to let Madam know that she maybe should adjust the portal they exit. And he immediately just like snaps
Araxis
his
is not
fingers.
phased by this.
Araxis, you're used to the strange interplanar travels back and forth between the Fey realm of how screwy it can be with time. You just watch as this little tiny octopus just immediately shoots down from the roof, and he's just like, tell Madam to be nice, to behave with the folk. I'm assuming that none of you are too accustomed with a sea hag.
A sea
Just
hag?
one,
Oh,
just
maybe?
one hag, and we don't know what kind she is, but it's fine. It's fine. Not really. No, we don't have much interaction with them.
Well, Madam Helmerian will be, and he looks at the little squid, will be on her best behavior. And immediately the squid just like, the eye blinks, and then he just lets it fly, and it just goes down the hallways, and he's just like, the gods will escort you there. He begins to like slowly put his arms around the dryad, just starts pulling her away.
All right,
A couple.
great job.
That paints a mental picture.
Teamwork, everybody. Let's go.
Skinnies and
The
Araxis.
doors just, and you hear a slight giggle on the other side of the door. Oh boy, man! You guys put together Elvir and Brescia, and immediately now you're trying to go back at one another to hurt each other.
It's
I
the
didn't hear
House of
this.
Seven.
Araxis
It's
don't
what
do
we
hugs.
do. No, Shark
that's
Araxis doesn't do hugs. Araxis is yet to be known.
Not to be known. Oh boy. As you guys are being led down, like, you go from bright, vibrant walls, like some of them look like they're almost made and vibrating and being very vibrant in colors, like rainbow-esque, like fish scales along the walls. As you go down, you just notice like some of the seaweed, like there's a door just completely made of it. It is very thick and standing, and all of a sudden it just kind of like a curtain begins to pull, and some of the guards leading you are just, you may go. This is Madam Helmerian's little area where she sends forth people from our realm.
Helmerians?
Helmrien.
Bubba.
As you guys enter in, it goes from very bright and it's warm to it's chilly. The moment you cross the threshold, it is like a shiver down your back, as there's just like thick seaweed. There's mollusks and snails kind of crawling around. There's barracuda moving through. You end up actually seeing, like, over the ceiling of this, there's like a great white that kind of moves through, but the mouth of the great white just kind of opens like predator style of it's just as it's going above. You watch as this massive crab-like creature across the wall is just moving, and you just hear,
Well, it seems I have guests to attend to.
as the voice just seems to move throughout the entire area. If anyone would like to roll perception.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ladies. Y'all said yes in
Dirty
unison.
Dirty 20.
17. Why is
I'm
it
getting a lot of
20
dirty
always have to
20s
be
today.
dirty?
22.
Nakia is, well, I mean, you could say filthy 20.
Wait, where's? I don't see. Aren't I
Slutty
supposed to see everyone's rolls? I want to see the rolls.
Nakia is just kind of, you're locked up. You're like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Valid.
The rest of you,
Thalassophobia.
perception wasn't super difficult for this, as you see like there's a shadow moving across all of the seaweed. It's very thick and tangled, and you just all of a sudden see descending down just like arms with like a ribbon of it under her arms as she begins to move and sway almost like she's dancing in the water as this green to blue scaled skin from webbed feet all the way up, as like seaweed thick hairs drape down, as these serpentine like eyes are just looking at all of you, as there's just jagged teeth, as there's just some torn cloth adorning her of her shirt and her waist just drape down. She just,
It would seem I'm to send you all back without tampering with the strange time.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Can I speak telepathically still, or is that
that was when they were talking to you that you could answer.
okay?
She just kind of
I'm
like
still bull shark.
she's just eyeing you all. It's like,
Such
I just
an interesting group.
Just imagine, or like Arax. Anyway, is it Araxis or Nalbin?
it's Araxis.
Arax is like that little shark video going, yeah. Yeah.
It's like she just lets go of the seaweed, and you just watch as this tangled rope just vacuums back up into the ceiling and just rejoins the rest of it as it sways. And she just begins to move her hands, and a whirlpool begins beneath your guys' feet. She just,
Well, it was nice having you for just a moment.
she begins to eye a lot of you, and she just kind of stares at you, child, for a moment, tilts her head to look at you, Felix.
I don't like hags at this point, so I'm just kind of like on my guard, like a little bit. And I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? I didn't say that.
You have some deep connections to this dimension, this plane.
Which plane are you talking about?
The Feywild, silly.
The fin moving.
The Feywild that we're currently in. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Felix
fair.
caught on to that, right?
She's just still continuing to move her hands in this whirlpool. Goes like some of the creatures in there are almost like trying to move. Like you watch as one of the barracudas immediately just like sucked up into it. One of the mollusks just disappears. A starfish just drops in, and you just all feel yourselves being pulled into this whirlpool.
Oh god.
Do you go with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you all just allow yourselves to go,
Oh, the
and you
choice.
just immediately just get shot up back inside of the now very cold water that is dark. Like you went from being able to see a lot. There was a lot of light in that particular realm in the Aquiltran, and now you are unable to see much except for gray freaking water for most of you. I'm gonna do that.
Hi.
But you do able to see a little bit of light above, so you know where the surface is.
Yeah, start swimming up, I guess.
You can't see.
Just
You
keep
don't know what's
swimming.
up.
Well, how about you
Grab
tell me,
Felix
bitch?
and guide him.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't know which
He's-
way's up.
Very heavy.
I give him a tug on his hand to let him know that way.
The bull
And
shark
then
got
it's-
it.
I'm just like, okay.
For most of you, it's really easy. You get up there after a couple minutes, then Felix finally rises above. There's still sounds of battle, but not as much. Sounds like things may be dwelling down. and it's going to be a little bit calmer. There's still gray clouds up above. There's still streaks of lightning.
No more
Still-
shark.
There's still roaring dragons in the distance. Merely, there's a couple of the swarm standing on the beach side as they're just like, ambassadors! Ambassadors! They're like trying to usher you guys forward.
Wait, before I leave Arax's shark.
Oh no.
Before I actually reach the surface, I'm gonna do a perception real quick just to see if I can actually see them.
Okay.
I can. 18.
Who are you trying to see?
The
Swarm?
yeah, the swarm.
The swarm knights? Oh yeah, you're able to see them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Traumatized.
Jump
him.
scare.
What's going on?
It's like, Ambassador Bud. Ah!
Shark!
Shark! How, one of them, how did the shark get here?
Araxis, go on.
I'm like, ah! One of them just like, I hate magic. I hate magic. Screw this. Oh god. But yeah, if you guys are going
just,
back,
just for the shit's badge.
it's like the one that's like panicking is like,
Yeah, where did the badge go? Is it just on your shark body?
But yeah, if you guys go back up to the bridge, looks like a lot of the battle is starting to be pushed back. You see that some of the much larger constructs are like in the distance. You see like this 30-foot tall figure just slamming down onto a couple of the undead.
I'm gonna turn to one of the whichever swarm guard is closest and just be like, how long were we gone for?
About 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay, great.
They kept their word.
Yeah, great. Okay, I'm happy it wasn't days or weeks or months. Onward into the city.
Yep.
Yes,
Huh?
Lady Vala is already within. She was very forceful that you would all meet with her. We can escort you to where she is.
Yep. I'm assuming we would have had to deal with that sooner rather than later anyway. So let's just go get it over with.
So
Yeah,
walking
yeah,
across
words.
the bridge, walking across the bridge, you're unbothered, you're uninterrupted, you are completely free to do so as the river spirits do not return. As a couple of the guards walking past, they eye over and just like, they're not coming. They usually come up to block newcomers.
Yep, we've already covered that. Where, badging
That's cool.
gets you places.
Handy indeed. As they just start walking
Yeah,
through, and
get
you
places.
stay on the main path for about a good hour or so walking through, and the moment you enter into the city, walking to this place and being away from Selly already felt dreary. It felt terrible. It went from being within the realm of Selly, vibrant, full of life. You were around nature. It was beautiful. Brenna made you guys feel very warm and welcome with all these different foods. And then you entered into this opposite side. It was just complete 180 turn of, oh, hey, it is dreary. The moment you walk in, there are people that just look so downtrodden. They look so unhappy and depressed. A lot of the people, there's barely any kids running around. There's barely any people milling about doing any kind of shop. Around this time of day, it is probably closer to 2 p.m. and it's very died down. There are quite a few buildings that look boarded up. There's quite a few people that are wearing cloths across their face to be careful not to breathe. As you would all know that there was a illness plague going around this place. It is very much so filled in the air, as you can tell that there's a stench that clings to it. But after about an hour, you make your way down to about the middle of the city,
Making my way down.
to a large amount of barrack buildings. There's quite a few knights around. There's quite a few shield guardians and iron golem statues that stand ready at attention, similar to the ones that went out to the battlefield. and then a massive 3-storied mansion of metal and wood built that bears the symbol of both as symbol of Stormbreaker of lightning with the dragon heads and then the Swarm Knight heads. And there's quite a few guards that are eyeing you right at the door. Like, the doors are open and they're just kind of standing ready at attention waiting for you to enter as you can hear some crashing and thunder inside of just anger. And the guards just kind of... She's waiting for you.
I guess we go in.
Yep.
I'm not going in first.
Push in the door.
Well, the door's already open, so...
Okay. Deep breath. We'll walk through the door.
It's like as soon as you enter in, you just hear like this... as a glass has been thrown against the wall and red wine just pours down. And all of a sudden just... Mother... They're here. In slow turn. House of Seven. Hi. Nice to see that you've returned. I'm assuming from the Feywild.
Yeah, had to take an unexpected little swim. Yeah. I go like this and water comes out the...
Seems you've been swimming in a lot of things, child.
Cough up a shark tooth.
Lift my mask up, water pours out.
Smoking seaweed.
So you all had an interesting time with my daughter, Brenna, in the mines of Selly.
Very
Is
interesting.
Brenna in the room with us? Or
Uh-huh.
who's-
No, it is the other daughter, so...
Okay.
Interesting is the
This
apt
one
word for it.
is, this one dressed in a very formal black gown, which is very different from what a lot of the other dragons have worn. They've usually worn those that are bronze or brass, accustomed to their color, but there's a brass circlet with a sapphire adorning her forehead. She's actually not in the form of an elf. This is more of an Aasimar form, as she's very
Ooh.
regal, celestial, and angelic in her appearance. The skin's got a slight glow to it. It's pale. Her eyes are very hazel. And they almost seem like they're shining as she's looking at you all. As she kind of turns now to fully face you, you do see that there's actually a line of yellow that goes from her right shoulder all the way down to her waist. She just... Lovely to meet you all. I was told you were coming. My name is Flinia Nelnala. I am sad to see the day that has welcomed you to my city. I wish it was under better terms, but... Well, this has been the plague that my mother has also said that you have come to solve for us. I do so hope that we can solve this quickly.
Araxis is just gone even more silent than normal.
Any clues to
Her
where to
death toll
start?
has... Well, I know that the Church of Warmth has been our biggest contributor to trying to solve this. Father Caro has been most involved and invested with trying to solve this, so that would probably be your biggest start, I would say. Him and Magistrate Kren oversees the paladins over this city, while Caro sees over a lot of the doctors, the clerics, a lot of the priests, and a lot of helping those around. It was also told a couple days ago that our death toll has now reached 1,800 people here in the city, so I would very much like to not see any more deaths, and if a cure can be found, then I would like to do that. Too many parents are burying their children, and too many children are losing their parents.
A grin comes to Araxis' face as he hears the death toll.
Are you trying to hide the smile?
Not necessarily.
Flynn kind of just like gives you an eye for a moment, seeing the smile, and registers it, and just...
Well, we know where to start. Do we have a place to convene together, a place to stay, just so we can make a plan, figure it out from there?
There is an inn that will be just a little ways down the way, closer to where you came from. I do have rooms set up there for you if need be, if that is where you wish to stay.
Thank you. And then I'm ready to zoom
Yeah.
out.
As you try to go, like, immediately Vala is just there and you just kind of into her and she's like, that's concluded. My business is not.
Oh,
I
damn.
was told that you all had apparently a fun time inside the mine.
One way to put it.
Well, I found them dead. Well, close to death. They know what was in there.
40 passed.
Did you encounter the man in red? More what happened to the piece of red within?
Yes.
I'm gonna gesture to Felix and be like, "You touched it. You tell her the story."
Don't mind me, I'm just dealing with food.
As you do.
Can I have some?
No.
Fuck you.
She's just kind of eyeing you, Felix.
Yeah, because Felix hasn't really talked about this at all, huh? I think at this time Felix just unveils like what he saw after touching the red.
You unveil everything?
Yeah.
The vision?
No, wait. Actually, I'll leave out the father part or whatever that
Father
was.
help.
I'll leave
My
out the
boy.
father help.
Because I don't think you even shared that with the rest of the group that you.
No, I haven't. I'll leave out. I just leave out that crucial detail.
Forgot about
Well, that was the main vision that you did see, was that.
That I just won't say about the sun. I won't say that part.
So, you say that you saw. What exact? Okay, so. What
is a
exactly
while
did you
ago.
tell her that you saw? Because you immediately like saw entities walking up and down halls. You saw cells. You saw a roiling storm above and below with giant elemental and sea creatures and creatures in the air flying around. And then you saw a figure kind of just T-posing hung up in the air.
I think that's what I say. I'm cool with that. Just not saying the whole sun part.
Anybody want to roll insight?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll roll, why not?
16.
Rolling really bad.
21.
today.
I'm rolling fantastically today.
I got a 10. You guys take and give it.
One as a
But
kid.
Araxis, I think it also helps that Araxis has a little bit more knowledge as well of Felix, so to speak, due to his little envisioning quest.
So Child and Araxis, you would be the only two that kind of notice the moment like Felix says all of this, and the moment he mentions seeing this figure hung up, there's a slight bead of sweat that starts on Vala's temple, and then just immediately it evaporates like steam as she looks a little uncomfortable. She just... Interesting. Anything else that happened? Brenna did divulge that you went and did a particular ritual.
Araxis a little more like just cooperative. Explains the visions from Nalbin's time, and it mentions the whole seeing Felix, but not our Felix.
I'll still say because like both Child and Araxis, like the moment you start saying this again, like she looks again rather uncomfortable. She's like,
And it,
You know something,
So-
don't you? Talking
I'm
about
very, very old, dear. I know many things. What I also know is that we failed to recover a piece of red. Something happened to it. You had two of your troop turned into werewolves. One of your troop is now missing and gone. One of you is a child to a lord of the hells. that,
This is
from
also
my
interesting.
research, also is vying for the throne over all of the hells. That is your father. One of you is tied very deeply to strange things that injured my son. And she looks at you, Felix. Like, do you not remember that he had to cut off his own hand when he tried to go inside your mind?
I didn't make him do it. I don't even understand what's going on with me.
What I know is that one of you also has a strange collar that my son put around his neck because for some reason he feels the need to have you watched, kept under some kind of behavior. Still has not told me about that. Very curious of what
No, like
thing you
Araxis is actually going.
I know, and that's where she's like, whatever fucked up thing you've done to earn that. Hope it's not worth me having to kill you for. Heard that you, and she points at Kieran's like, left. Well, not originally with the group, then you came back. She looks at Nakia. Strangely, you are the one that seems to be very normal, despite the werewolf thing.
Decent.
Decent.
Is therapy over?
There's a lot of business
She
going
slowly
around right
turns and
now.
looks at you. What?
There's a lot of business going around right now. What's the point of all this? You made all these statements, and what's it all
Alright.
for? There's
Alright,
strange
what's
things
going-
happening with us, and you're not telling us a single thing that's helping. We came here to help you, whether it was by choice or not, and I don't see us making any progress at this point.
She kind of just turns and be like, go make progress.
Don't
I'm
think
gonna
I'm.
dart out the door.
Got a job to do.
Sorry about your son, and then I just walked out. Like,
I was an asshole.
Immediately, Felix, in your mind, you hear Vala's voice. We will have a talk later.
okay, it's just like I'm not stopping. I'm walking.
So where are you guys headed? Because none of you also asked where the Church of Warmth was.
Would you want to stay in there?
I was gonna go back to where we were gonna be
We'll
staying.
figure it out.
Yeah, I
I
thought.
I haven't
Sorry,
actually left.
Eat your macaroni.
I'm going to. It's so good.
I thought we were gonna go to. Where did you ask where we could stay, Kieran?
So, Flynn had said that on the way that you guys had come from the entrance, there was an inn there.
Okay.
Which
feel
is
like I
not
would
hard to miss.
I feel
So
like
you're
I
kind
would
of heading back?
Yeah.
It's what 3 p.m. at this point.
Yeah. And you
There's
guys
a lot
haven't
of-
eaten really much, so.
Yeah, I'd like
Oh,
to go
yeah.
to these.
Except for
places
rations.
and to eat.
You guys want to eat some real food?
Well, Raxus
Well, no.
is still inside of Flynn's house, so.
I'm not waiting for Alexis. Let's,
Alexis can stay back.
He can meet us later.
So, Raxus, what are you still doing inside of Flynn's house with 2 dragons?
I was actually going to ask, like, what would you like done? But nobody wants to actually ask the real question.
I would like this plague to stop.
That
People
Yeah,
would
I
be
like
that.
Yeah, we
in
knew
this
that.
city
Yeah.
to stop dying, and the dead to stop rising from their corpses.
Okay. And walks out. Just
It seems like a really tall ask for a bunch of.
And you asked for a very tall loan.
Yes, I agree to that. Due to a lot of situations that are coming up.
me arguing with the IRS.
Why do you have $233,000 in owing? Don't worry about it. I'm making moves.
Oh, that took me out. Oh, I was too invested in that scene. God damn it, Sky.
Sorry.
God damn it.
I know,
Instant audit.
dude, you were so serious. I love it.
Instant audit.
So the inn that you guys find, it has a sign. It's got a little tiny watery wave with a picture of an otter popping out of it. And under that circular round sign is a rectangular sign that says Pop's Otter.
I like the name.
Walking up to it, you actually get a nice sweet smell that's been different from the stench of rot and death and decay. That when you walk in, it actually smells like fresh bread's being made. There's actually a sugary sweetness in the air. There's a smell of coffee. There's a smell of potatoes and veggies being cooked. There's the smell of steak and chicken being cooked. Like, it is just nice compared to what's outside of this place. It is actually a rather large area. There's various tables. The decor in here is not very drab. It's also, like, not high-end. It is very much restaurant style there is an entrance bar of where it's about 5 feet from the door, off to the right side, of where there's someone that is giving out keys. That is obviously where you would get a room. And then far down to the left is where you see people bustling back and forth of going in and out of what seems to be a kitchen. There's quite a few people inside of here currently eating. Quite a few soldiers that are kind of taking a quick break. As much as you can really get when your city's under attack and also having to deal with corpses all day. But there's a lot of people going back and forth. And as soon as you walk in, there's a person that greets you at the check-in area for the end part of it. It's like,
Are you the lovely House 7 that we are to be expecting for today?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, your rooms are prepared. I was assuming that you were each going to be getting your own individual rooms.
Sounds good.
there's this tall dragonborn looking at all of you, scales green, just dressed pretty nicely in what can be found in a city like this currently. It's like, well, and he immediately takes a wooden stick off, puts it down with all of your guys' keys, and it's just like,
You're free to choose your room.
I'm just gonna grab one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
grab
too.
one
This.
ching, 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 ching.
I just grabbed the last one because I waited. I waited. I was like, okay.
So are you guys going immediately to your rooms, or are you going to eat, or?
I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna eat first.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat as well.
Alright.
So
So
I'm hungry. Felix hungry.
It's about 7 pieces of silver for a full course meal. You get a nice salad that's brought out to you. The vinaigrette is very tasty. It's actually really nice versus the salted jerky that you guys have had to eat for rations. You guys get a glass of nice water with a lemon in it. You also get a choice of a juice or a coffee or alcoholic beverage to come with it. And you get handed a nice bowl of stew, if you so choose, or you can get a steak. You can get a full half rack of chicken with some cooked carrots, broccoli, and what looks like a cheese sauce on it all.
Having a 5-course meal while just homeless people are getting the Black Plague. Nice.
Oh, you want to go out there and solve it?
Yeah, eventually after we've had our meal.
Okay. So.
It's very quite tasty.
How many silver?
7.
7.
Ah, just like our day.
7.
Where's the bread?
Yeah, we need some bread over here.
There's just a woman.
Your finest bread.
Oh,
She just rushes away and just brings back just a couple of slices for you. It's like, you wanted bread?
yeah.
Loaf.
Leave the whole loaf here.
It's like,
Just leave the loaf here.
she's like, you're wanting a loaf?
If you have it.
We eat bread.
She loves bread.
She's like, I guess it's good for you. And she just, after a couple seconds, just immediately rushes back. with
Nutritionists
a
say
loaf.
otherwise.
She fucks with bread.
Hey, the glucose is for your brain. You kind of need it, carbs.
Carbs are the enemy, right?
As I'm eating pasta.
Pasta.
But yeah, you got, shut up!
I was gonna say.
Pasta lad.
But yeah, you guys are all just kind of seated there, eating your meal. You know what's
Dead
real great? Is I now
Zip.
get to finally introduce another mechanic that I've been waiting since frickin' session 1 to introduce. As you
You
guys
are
are just
AutoZone.
all eating, the 4 of you who have encountered this curse, look up from your plates, and Araxis, you are, for you in particular, it's so weird to say for this, You are among a field of flowers and trees. People laughing, smiling, having a good time. You see kids running around. The sun is shining. There's just people in love. There's people having a joyous time. And for you, Araxis, it is horrible.
Yeah. I'm
Nakia,
just gonna-
as you look across the table, as you look up from taking a bite, you just see there's Nana. Blood dripping at the corner of her mouth. A black eye under the left. She's just, why? Why didn't you come to help me? Felix, as you look up from your chair and you look up, and on either side of the table, you see your mom and you see Alex just drenched in blood. Is Clan frozen for anyone else, or is it just me?
He's so
Everybody.
Yep.
Oh, he's frozen.
there you go.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
good.
And he's back.
Oh yeah, there we go. You just see your
There goes
mom
my
and your
moment.
sister once again just drenched in blood. Their eyes hollow. Parts of their face, you just see the skeletal bone as they're just. Why haven't you come to help us? Why haven't you come to find us? Child, as you look up, you just see a familiar porcelain skin, pale, long black flowing raven hair with purple eyes as she's looking at you, just hand over hand, just, how's my little tool doing? Kieran, around you, there's just jubilant music now just starting up. You're having a great time. As
I wouldn't be there
Of
actually.
course he'd
I
be
would
having a good
have
dream.
left in my
Of
room.
course he'd be having a good dream.
You went up to your room?
Yeah, I wouldn't be around when this was happening.
Perfect! So, as all four of you are sitting at this table, you're all just having these visions. And now I get to introduce Sanity as a mechanic. I need
What?
each of you to roll.
-7.
I need you all to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh god. My intelligence not good, my friend.
Oh.
19, never mind.
This is my best one. 22!
Hell yeah.
I'm smart.
I've gone insane. Clinically.
Dill, you leave me hanging.
Oh,
There we
Hey,
go. You
Bad
left me
Bunny,
hanging
no.
earlier.
No,
We rolled high. We rolled
Where's
high.
your roll?
'Cause we rolled
Where's
high.
your roll, Araxis?
I know, but there was like an hour ago when I went to high five you and you just didn't even look up and I was like, oh.
I didn't see you. You should have said something. Yeah, I don't see
should've,
Alexis'
but I
roll.
didn't.
I'm waiting to see, because I got Felix, Child, and Nakia, but Araxis isn't showing up. You got 7?
I'm insane, clinically speaking.
You're gonna say I'm in
Oh.
debt. I was like,
Alright,
oh, that's a
so
different
That too.
Damn.
So, I'm now going to explain because one of you actually failed. If failed, the affected player gets 1 point of sanity. You get a max of 6. A red 1d4 is added for each failure. Anytime a player goes to roll a check, save, attack, or damage, I will roll said d4, and the number rolled is subtracted from the player's roll. Points of sanity will be wiped away after a long rest.
Yep.
So you, at this current time, feel your sanity in this beautiful field of life and love. You just feel a crack in your psyche for a moment, while the rest of you are able to just like push through and you're like, it's not real. Not real. And as the three of
Alvin,
you,
go fuck yourself.
as all three of you come out, you just hear Araxis say that out loud, as you just kind of see his eyes are a little glossed over for a moment.
Can I connect the dots that he's going through, what we're going through? What I just went through, I mean, because I don't know if anybody else did.
Can I
Roll me
splash
a
water in
wisdom
his
check.
face?
Roll me a wisdom check, Felix.
Oh,
You
it's
wanna go ahead and splash
+0.
water?
Fuck.
I'm just gonna
Hey.
grab a glass and.
If you want to
That
splash. So as soon as it hits his face, like, all of a sudden it goes from, like, beautiful vision to the water hits you, and it glitches out for a moment. And I'm gonna ask you to roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh.
Critical fail.
God!
You can't quite break out of it, so you guys are just watching as his, like, eyes for a moment just flicker, but... gloss
Child
again.
help.
I'm gonna ask for more water.
Wait, just like,
Father help.
you just had some...
More glasses of water now!
It's like, oh my god! Just rushes over. couple of people look over like, they really like to be hydrated. Like, oh my god.
Rax
That one loves
isn't
bread.
necessarily like horrified by the scenery. It's just more of like disdainment and disgust. So like
What is he seeing? Did you describe that? Did I miss that?
beautiful,
like,
Very
wondrous.
happy.
Like
Yeah.
the sun
Oh.
is shining, there's life, there's people in love. Like
You're
it's
doing-
just life.
You're doing a Frieza. Okay, when he went to hell.
But
Gotcha.
pretty much like as this vision goes on, like more water's being brought to you, and so now you're
Gotcha.
trying again.
Flash him. It
Like-
worked once.
So go ahead and roll
Woody,
another intelligence save.
try
It's like
again.
you see a figure just dressed in
10.
a beautiful gown, just comes up to you and is about to give Araxis a hug, and then all of a sudden it just disappears and you're back inside the tavern.
Hey,
It
you're
was
back.
not super high to start. Now the DC will go up.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, you guys are all seated inside the tavern.
I'm just gonna wipe the water.
Araxis is drenched in water.
2 cups of water.
It worked though.
I'm pointing at.
I'm gonna
to
pull
pointing at
out of-
Nakia. It was her.
Nah, I'm just gonna pull out of the bag of holding a pinch of the dust of dryness.
So you're using
I'm
up
gonna-
one pinch and just.
I'm gonna tear off my bread and be like, you want this? So, what the hell just happened?
What did you guys see?
Can I do a history check on what I'm? Because if we're collectively having this, to see what this could be.
I think you tried that last time when you guys all experienced this.
Yeah, can I do a? Can I do an?
But I
intellig-
failed that check.
Like,
I mean, you can try it again.
Yeah.
Can I do an intelligence or something?
Never mind. I don't know shit.
Or a history
Not
check?
even
Yeah, I do better at history. Can I do history?
All right, sure, go ahead.
We have the same history.
Oh my god, I got a fucking 7.
You guys have no idea. All you can recall is like you've experienced this same feeling, the same visions of, is this real? It feels so real. It's terrifying. But at least this time, for a few of you, you managed to push through it.
Do I roll insight to see if that was my real mother or a vision? Or how would I
Sure.
insight for
What?
that?
Yep.
Ooh, can I do that too?
Araxis is just.
Me 3.
No,
Fine.
then fucking take it. As he goes to bed.
So you just walk away from the table.
Why?
I rolled the 9.
Yeah, I got myself back into the trance. I'm a dumbass.
That fear of childhood grips, and you have no idea what you saw was real or not. Nakia, you're like, that was not Grandma. She's got to be safe. Felix, same for you. You're like, I can't tell what's real at this moment.
I never could.
It's freaking joke.
I hope this campaign ends with just it was all in Felix's head, and he's been in the
You get
mental
to
hospital.
choose
And
which
you
novel?
wake up from a dream.
And you wake
I
up from a
hate, I
dream.
hate stories that are like that.
Me
I
too.
hate that so much.
It was actually
The movie-
all in his head. He was in
the
a
movie
coma for
Click
2 years.
ruined that for me. It was like, no, stop.
Click did it best, and now it's no longer good.
No.
Click was supposed to
You-
be a
Click was
comedy
amazing.
and turned into a sad movie.
Yeah.
And it's the best goddamn acting we've ever seen from Adam Sandler too.
Oh my god. He made me cry, man.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Same.
Anyways, you get to
I was
choose which
7.
Nalbin for the next day.
I was 7 years old.
I get to choose the Nalbin for the day.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are the rest of you doing as Kieran is up in his room? Araxis has immediately just gotten up and is switching over to Fall Nalbin.
Yeah.
Can I look
Guys-
for at the bakery? Like, is there a display?
You want more bread?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna
The
do
silence.
that. And then,
I don't want to like really prolong. I want to make it intense. I'll
The
say, you
bread?
know what, it's over 5 o'clock now, so you know what, everybody look away. I'm talking to the viewers. All of you can.
oh,
What?
Oh, I need
and that's
that.
one shot.
One
He just-
shot,
Shot,
two all I got.
shot.
That's all I got.
He just-
Hey.
He just pot his.
I'm
he
gonna take a
just popped his
shot
hand.
of epoxy.
So if you look at the counter for bread, there is regular brown bread, rye, sourdough, pumpernickel. Like there's so many different
Pumpernickel?
types. Oh yeah, they got the bread
Pumpernickel. We got bread.
They
Is there
got
cake?
bread. Yeah, there's a cake.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
see that
take-
there is like strawberries with vanilla
I don't blame you.
frosted.
It do be a cake.
Yeah,
Thing.
I'm gonna take that. Like
Alright.
2 possibly.
I'll take your entire
3.
stock.
So it'll cost 2 silver for the slices of cake.
So you steal your bread? It's mine.
All that? Mine.
It's mine.
Yeah.
Mine.
And then
Bread?
I'm just gonna go up to my room after that.
All right.
Just surrounded by cake.
Felix,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm ready to call it a night at that point. Like I'm just like
3-4
so-
p.m.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
whoa.
the day we've had, the day
Time
we've
to hit
had.
the dusty trail.
Wait, who's at the table with me? Just child?
Probably
Thank
me.
you.
Just child now.
Just child. Just.
Well, Naki went up to her room now.
Yeah.
It's like I think I'm gonna just be like, hey, child, did you see anything unpleasant just now?
Single nod.
Me too. Where did that come from?
I have a theory that in the cave, whatever that creature was when it exploded, it dusted us with whatever, and now we keep seeing visions. But
You don't think it's real, right?
awfully hard to tell sometimes. Very, very good visions. Whoever's someone specifically casting them, or if it was a curse.
Well, I'm already really sick of them.
Me too.
But anyway, what do you think we should do about this plague?
Go to the church first thing. Talk to Father Caro. See, I don't know. I would probably Nalban's cleric. See if we can investigate people who are sick. Figure out if there's if the cause is magical or through poison by nature, or if it's just a sickness that's going around. Figure out the root of the cause. That. Child's just
Yeah.
very like. She has energy, but then her like soul is just tired. Like
Yeah,
she's just exhausted from the day's events. She's just
that's why I'm like white
Yeah.
asleep, or just like
Yeah.
or
Soul,
something.
give it to
like
me.
like I'm wide awake, but I'm just like exhausted at the same time. That's why I'm talking like
I
this.
think-
Yeah.
I think at this point, like Felix is like either looking for a distraction or just like wanting to, like like exactly that. Just call it a day. Should we group up with the others, or you think you're gonna call it a day?
I've got some tricks up my sleeve yet that I want to do before calling it a day. I'm gonna see what I can figure out first.
Want some company?
Normally I would say yes, but this requires a stealthier hand, and I'm just gonna eye your plated armor.
Yep, that's not my strong suit.
Yeah, it's not against you, but this requires some hardcore stealth.
All right, well, good luck.
I promise
might-
I won't get into trouble. I'm just investigating.
Well, if you do get into trouble, I know you'll find yourself out of it too. It's fine. We've been around a long time already.
Oh, I've got my father has my back apparently, so at least there's
Oh.
that.
Yeah, I'm not excited to see him again for a long time. I hope.
Yeah, well,
As soon as
I'm
you say
stuck
that,
with
your glass of water, Felix, just cracks.
Ah,
yeah, careful what you say.
all right, well, bye.
You-
Like, take him with you. Take him with you. It's just like,
So, Felix, are you going up to your room then?
yeah. I think at that point I would just go to my room. My only distraction is gone. So yeah.
So we'll move to Kieran. What are you up to in your room?
I probably would have just went to like a trance, just going to sleep for the night.
You're just going to rest for the next 4 hours.
At 3 p.m.
Yep.
I mean, he'll be up and wide awake at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
When everyone else
Beauty
goes to bed.
The beauty of elves, man.
Privilege.
So, child, what are you up to now at this current time?
For a start, I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break.
All right,
Oh yeah.
we'll take a quick break, I guess, if everyone needs one. So we will
Roll for
be
piss.
right back. No,
Roll for
please don't.
piss.
We will see you all in just a moment. And we're back. Welcome everybody back to session 25. Child, you were going to go do some sleuthing around, or
Yeah, I'm first gonna go up to the bartender. I'm assuming there's a bartender or someone behind.
on the restaurant
Bar?
side? Yes.
Yeah. It's what, 3-5 p.m. at this point?
It's around 4:15, close to 4:20ish.
Funny number.
Shut up.
I guess I'm just gonna. Who is the bartender? I guess who's back there?
It just looks like an older gentleman, human, possibly early 40s. Head's shaved, slicked back, blonde hair.
Yummy.
Belly's a little bit more rotund, chubby cheeks. But he's just moving back and forth, like getting drinks ready, preparing many different juices. Got, like, off to the left side, there's steamed pots. Smells like coffee, so he's just going back and forth for all the drinks for everybody inside.
I'll kind of flag him down.
Huh? What can I do for you?
What do you recommend for someone who's never had alcohol before but wants to try it?
Okay. Is your taste buds are virgin, alright? So, my question to you now, how sloppy do you want to get? Do you want to be able to feel your legs? Do you want to fall down?
No,
Legs
just
open.
I don't know, one shot to give clarity.
Clarity. Whiskey's real good at opening up to be like, what am I doing? Brandy will make you feel all sorts of fun tingles.
Okay. I don't know, anything that just, I don't know, quick burning sensation gives you a bit of a kick, and then
Just like bends down, grabs a large bottle, places a small little shot glass, and just pours. Just like, that'll do it.
all right.
Places it down.
What do I owe you?
It's your first time having a nice fun drink. It's on the house. Enjoy.
Thank you kindly. Gonna
I
back.
would have breathed in first before doing that, but
Oh.
okay. As soon as
Yeah,
it
no.
goes down, like, it is just a burn. It is very much similar to a very strong tequila. Like, it is just...
Ew.
It's like...
Tequila. Oh.
Thank you. That had the kick I needed.
Glad
Gets
to...
buzzed.
Oh boy. You're not gonna throw up, because
Nope. I've had worse. Trust me. It's been a day, and got a lot of thought on my mind, and I just needed something to wrangle it all in, you know. Speaking of though, hold on. How do I want to do this? I don't know. I guess I'm kind of new here, and how like the city's kind of a wreck. I mean, I don't want to be rude. How long has
that's
that
an
been?
understatement.
Okay, yeah, don't want to be rude. How long's that been going on?
Over a month.
Over a month? How did it start?
How does anything really start? One person gets sick, starts spreading it because they feel fine, and all of a sudden it's everywhere. Do you not see a lot of the folks out there wearing
Yeah.
cloth over their faces? They're trying not to breathe, and suddenly you'll see those same ones that are trying to not breathe
All
it
6
in,
feet apart?
getting sick.
So this plague is airborne?
No one's really sure. A lot of the clerics have tried many of their fancy schmancy spells that have been gifted them by the divine, and nothing. We've reached out to, well, apparently Father Caro down, bless him, over at the Church of Warmth has reached out to a lot of the alchemists way up in the Restorix Highlands to try to seek aid, maybe if they can make some kind of antidote. I
Thank
haven't
you.
heard anything.
Okay. What are the symptoms like? I mean, I could also talk to Father Caro, but if you're willing to indulge.
Well, some of them get sores, some of them puke, very pale skin, feel very immediate nauseated with the puking, pain has been reported up and down the body, feeling like they're on fire, feeling like they're itching. Some of them have reported just the sense of there's something washing them constantly. So there's thoughts of, I guess, paranoia. Had apparently one individual whose entire ear came off, so that was one heck of a thing. Reported of not just regular vomiting, but vomiting blood. It's a long range of
In the
things.
off chance, can I roll history to see if I'd recognize this plague?
Sure.
New stupid IDC probably. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! 4.
You have no idea what this thing is.
I almost
kidding.
landed on the 18. Almost. We've had a dirty 20. Alright, okay. What part of the city did the plague start in?
That would be closer to the just straight up northern end of it. Started in one of the centers that looks after and cares for quite a few children. An orphanage
Started
of
with the
sorts.
children.
Orphanage, and then it started spreading amongst the adults there, and then so on and so forth. We're not sure if the child was bitten by a bug, interacted with a plant, interacted with an actual bug. We're not.
Started with
No
the
one's
rat,
really sure.
didn't it?
I don't know if it was a rat. I
Um,
mean, there's a lot of them now that are close to the cemetery or to the piles of corpses that are now being burned outside the city to try to keep those from rising as undead, because unfortunately, when these plague-ridden folk die, it takes maybe 24 hours and then they'll rise.
Oh, I
so
have some-
the plague turns them undead.
Pretty much. I'm
And
assuming
then
that depending on
they're
where you
in
came
the
from.
city. Do the thuman crystals not work against it?
Well, at first, they started rising in the cemetery when they were being buried. Thuman crystals quickly burned them away, which, as you can imagine, doubly scarred some of those that lost their loved ones, because seeing them rise again as an undead to try to kill them and then burning away to ash with holy radiant fire, that's great for everyone to witness. So then bodies started being tossed out, because if something happened to Thuman crystals, no one wants hundreds of zombies wandering around through a city. Or we've also witnessed other undead things. Besides, we've seen gas and ghouls and other amalgamations. I'm gonna tell you right now, seeing zombie children. Well, not really zombies. I don't know if they're zombies when they're able to leap across rooftops before being burned away as a zombie. But a lot of the bodies and again, much to the dismay of those that are losing loved ones, started having the bodies taken outside the city and burned immediately, but sometimes the fire doesn't catch them all, and so the undead rise. There's a little abandoned section of a small little settlement outside of Benna, and the plague also apparently reached there too, and so that reached about immediately 300 people, so there was immediately 300 undead wandering around out there, so that pulled a lot of our guards' attention to keep travelers and merchants safe.
This south of the city?
Yes. South,
I think we...
west.
Yeah, I think I caught a glimpse of them. Thank you. I didn't catch your name.
Harold.
Harold?
Hmm.
Thank you, Harold. And I'm just gonna slip away, and I'm actually gonna head out of the inn. I'm also gonna wrap a cloth around my face.
Alright.
Just grab like my shirt or something, or spare something on my person just quick. There's two things I'm gonna look for. One is some sort of like, well, I guess it would be in the inn, maybe if there was like a jobs posting, or if there's any sort of like wanted poster or something, is what I'm specifically looking for.
There's not too much of like wanted posters that are currently hanging. There's a lot of missing posters of like, have you seen this individual? This individual is maybe 100 of these posters, ranging from children to teens, adults, elderly. Like, it is just well-drawn pictures of so many different individuals. I just realized with with describing that, the music just hit right at that moment too.
Yeah,
Alright.
The music is perfect for this. Just out of curiosity, you said that they're well drawn. Does it look like they're all drawn by the same artist?
It would seem so, yeah.
Okay. I'll just grab a random poster and go back to Harold. I'll flag him down, whatever, I guess, and just go, hey, Harold, I couldn't help noticing the missing posters.
Yes, tragic.
Indeed,
many people unfortunately do not know where some of their loved ones are. We kind of have our suspicions.
Yeah, I would too. I just noticed, it looks like they're all, like, all the drawings are done by the same person.
Yes, that would be the sketcher known as Artheus. He does... Well, before all this started, he was doing quite a few different paintings. He was doing quite a few... He was actually supposed to go up to Restorate. He had actually received quite a high acknowledgement from one of their schoolings there. He also apparently has a good adaptation for magic, but he's been...
Why did he
wrapped
stay?
up here. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he was pulled in by the empathy and sympathy towards what was happening here, and I guess maybe using his tools and trade to try to aid and maybe see if people that are missing could be found. He's obviously done really good likeness. It's hard to miss anyone that's been well drawn like that.
Do you know where you can find him in the city?
He kind of moves around, but he would be actually pretty close to the cemetery up in the northwest part of the city.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now when I actually leave, I'm going to start... I'll put the poster back on the wall, I think, because I don't poster that poster. When I leave, though, as I'm gonna go onto the street, and I'm gonna start looking for any signs of thieves' cant for the Phoenix Guild.
All right. So we're gonna go from there to Felix.
Yes.
So you're in your room, alone.
Oh no. Do I have my life alert on me, or? All right.
I don't know. You guys don't have sending stones or anything like that. So.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's
okay.
like walkie-talkies.
We should
as
fucking
you are
have
just
that. Anyway.
As you guys, well, they were sold at one of the shops.
I don't know what that is.
Well, like, are you undressing like your armor and everything? Like, are you? Because to sleep,
much
I'm
detail
assuming you're
do
not
you
going to
want?
sleep in your armor.
Well, I'm not sleeping. I'm just kind of like, resting and like being in my own existential dread. Like, because I saw my mom and sister, and I can't do anything about it. So I'm like, like I don't have my armor off. I'm just kind of sitting in the bed and kind of like in my own thoughts. That's kind of like what I've been doing.
So, just so focused on everything that you've seen, you just hear on the window, you just hear a tap, 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 and you look over, and there is Lady Vala just kind of hands against her chest as she just gives you a little wave.
Oh fuck. Okay. Just
Wanna
go
open
up.
the front door like a normal person.
Just go to the window, and like open the window.
She's like,
I told you we would need to have a little chat.
Okay, I guess now is as good a time as any. Do you want to come in?
Well, I would appreciate that. I thought it better than just dropping in.
I do have a door, but okay, come in.
she just kind of like floats in and feet tap against as sound of heels just collide with the wood, and she just whisks her hand and the windows close, and she just immediately kind of just stands there and is silent for a moment, just staring at the ground.
So what are we here to talk about?
She just kind of looks up at you and just...
I know who it is that you saw in your vision, Felix.
Who was it? Who did you see?
Who did I see?
Well, sorry. You know what I mean. Who is it? Who is it that I saw? Who is it?
She just... She just kind of stands there and like she's trying to find the words as her eyes dart back and forth, and it's weird knowing who she is, what she's capable of, and it's weird to see a figure who has known what to say, has leading an entire state, is a war leader, as she's not even looking at you, and she just looks up and you notice that tears are just starting in her eyes, and she's like,
We're all gonna burn for what we did to you and your family.
My family? My mom? My sister? What do you know of my family?
I know why your father is locked away in the storm.
No, my father was never around. He left us. I don't know my father.
There's a reason you don't know your father. There's a reason your memories are fake.
So what your son told me was true. That that my memories are false.
Of course it would make sense to make false. Who would want to remember a time of the Varuba?
and that as soon as she says that word, you know that word. That is what your mother called you growing up, and it hits. It is a ripple. It is pain. Now, not knowing where she is, it's a clench of the heart. It is an ancient word. You don't know it unless you can speak primordial.
That name, how do I know that name? Why do I know it?
And she just kind of starts moving over to where there's just a chair up against the wall, and she sits, and you just see her hands are shaking, and she's just...
Varuba would not be a common term used nowadays. It is what was commonly used for those that are called freeborn, for those that escaped Cabrilis over 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years?
I remember when you were just a child, standing on the shores with your mother, when we finally escaped from Cabrilis.
Nothing you're saying is making any sense. I'm human.
You are human, yes. But child, you are boy out of time.
I, I like Felix just like sits as well, just trying to process everything like he's being told. Where's my mother?
Silin has his theories, and that is where it's just confirming things that we thought about over 1,000 years ago, when we had to arrest your father and lock him away in the storm, is that your mother took you and your baby sister at the time into the Feywild, a place that can be so detached from time. And that is where you resided for the 950 plus years, until such a time that I guess, well, I'm not sure why you would have been brought back out now, but
I don't know either. This is all too much. I don't know what I should even do now.
well, I can only assume hatred, anger, resentment, bitterness, it's all common emotions when finding out that one standing before you is a reason that your family has been in positions it has been, hiding, secrecy, not having your father around.
Why did you all keep this a secret from me? Why didn't you tell me something sooner?
Why would the pillars that rule Iocrest say that they've been around for over 1,000 years?
Huh.
Humans and elves and tabaxis and owlin and all those that we are of the... Because we're not supposed to live that long, it's crime against nature. And it is why we don't want the man in red back. Because his power flows through us, because we ate of his flesh over 1,000 years ago. Your friend Araxis Nalbin, the vision he saw of a group crowded around eating, that was us. Because when we came to Iocrest, we found the body of this progenitor. We felt the call of his power. And it was a Silin who theorized that devouring the flesh of such an entity could grace one power to do unimaginable things. Little did we know it would also grant us immortality. And so here we are. Some of us ate of an arm, some of us ate of a hand. Your father devoured more than his fair share.
So, in the vision, he called me son. That's who my father is.
Your father was locked up because he wanted to use that newfound power to destroy the entire continent of the Bloodlands. He wanted to wipe Cabrillis off the map. We tried to argue that there's still innocence in Cabrillis. He felt there was none. Why, in such a land as that, why would there ever be innocence? And how could innocence let such things happen? And so, with not wanting to let families, young children who had never known such hostility and anger die, we put your father away.
I see. And what do you know of the hag, the one that took your son's hand away?
That one I'm not sure about. When it comes to hags that are mainly those that live within the Feywild. I try to not go too deep into that. The Feywild is a place that I would rather leave well enough alone, but that is where Sillin believes that there were traces of the Feywild around where your mother and sister resided, so I do not believe that they are actually dead. I'm assuming that if there's a hag connected to you, that she has your sister and mother once more.
Well, part of the agreement for curing this is your guys' help to find and defeat the hag. Is that something you're still going to do?
You have my word.
Because I don't care for my father. He doesn't sound like a good guy. I just want to find my mom and sister.
Must be the memories you have had altered. Your father was a very caring individual, good leader. He was one of the most instrumental in getting out thousands of individuals away from Cabrilis.
He was.
Power corrupts, boy. And when you are filled with such anger, vengeance, and bitterness towards the world, sometimes that's all you can focus on.
My comrades, including myself, are having visions. Does this have to do with the hag as well?
Brenna told me about what you had envisioned, that there was the theorization that it came from the creature. If it was from the hag, I do not think that she would be so. If she is removing your mother and sister from the playing field of Iocrest, I would presume she would do that to you too, but obviously you are still here. I believe that it is the man in red's doing. Are you still seeing things?
I am. I had one not that long ago. The horrible vision.
I'm not much versed in curses as much as I am versed in war. I would recommend visiting mages and clerics, sorcerers, wizards, all the likes that may be more versed in that to get some kind of idea of what this is and how to solve it.
In the meantime, I need to get stronger. I'm not anywhere near close enough to deal with what's coming. Can you help me?
In any way I can. Call it penance, if you will, for what I've done.
You help me find my mom and sister. I'll say we're square.
I will do what I can.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Truth be told, I saw this going completely other direction.
Well, had a lot going on, and I am just now accepting that my memories are false. And yeah, I don't fully get the whole devouring and power thing. I just want to find my mom and sister.
She just kind of like holds up her right hand, and you watch as from the elbow all the way up to the tips of her fingers, it starts going, and you've seen her body be beautiful bronze and glowing gold and yellow, and you watch as this singular appendage just begins to glow red. She just... I mean, it's worked. And she just kind of starts... She just puts her hand against the wall, and you watch as this wooden wall turns, and it begins to shift and change, and you are now looking at a vast beach in front of you. Like,
reality is a fickle thing, forever changing. And she just begins to move her hand, and now you're on an airship. She begins to turn it again, and now you're on snowy mountain peaks. It's like, I don't approve of devouring and taking flesh of other things to gain power, but 1,000 years ago, and she removes her hand, it goes back to a wooden wall, and the red glow of her arm just dies down, and she goes, but it helped make this land what it is, and lead our people.
When I touched the red, whatever vision I had told me that I already had that in me.
You were born after we found the body of the man in red. So whatever flesh your father had, I would assume passed on to you and your sister.
So are you saying, is that a power I can wield?
I guess time will tell.
Okay. I have more questions. Can we talk again?
She kind of just reaches into her pouch and pulls out this little bronze trinket that looks like a scarab beetle, and she's just like begins to shake, and you just hear this like beat inside, and she's just like, shake it 3 times and I will come. And I would assume if you are wondering about your memories, the hag would be the best bet to start.
Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of that.
But I will leave you to your rest.
Thank you.
And she just starts opening the windows, goes out, and she just kind of looks back. Are you aware that your friend child is going outside?
Oh, yeah. She kind of has her own way of figuring information. She's good.
Sounds like my friends. And she just kind of goes off into the air, floating off, and you are left alone once more. That's a Boston sandwich. All right, child. So we're gonna go back to you now.
Is it Boston?
Awesome.
Alright.
So where are you headed off to, all by your lonesome?
Looking for a Thieves Guild.
Alright, so as you walk around, you do see various imagery. You see various pictures. It's not difficult to kind of locate. I'm trying to bring up, I had a Thieves Can't cheat sheet before. I'm like,
Did you
where is
now?
it? I did. It's like, there we go. Where is it? Because I had codes and symbols. So, you see, for sure, like on a side, you see a picture of a house with the symbol of the plus sign inside of a circle inside the house. That immediately you recognize as it means friends of rogues that will hide you, of course, for a fee. So obviously you know that house, you see it and it kind of like, oh hey, and then you look and then it's a house that's actually been boarded up. And you see a couple of soldiers like just freshly nailing. Just one of them's just, that's alright, same. They were lively yesterday. And they just
Keep
start
walking.
walking off. Yep. You see eventually walking down, if you are on the main path, you see like various pictures of fruits, which, you know, so obviously it'd be easy to misinterpret that as like, oh, a child drew this, but it's like, oh, it's easy to recognize like, oh, there's messages, there's all these hidden things. If you go down an alley, you eventually see a picture of a horse with an X inside of a circle with the horse head pointing down further into the alleyway that is directions towards a possible guild hall or safe house. And as you go, you keep on seeing that same direction until you eventually find a building with a purple roof. There's a couple of folks outside, a couple of burly, one that looks like a bit of a gruffer
Goliath, and then another that is a half-orc, and they're both just hats pulled down, smoking pipes.
Just gonna walk straight up to them and be like, "Evening, folks. Any chance you'd happen to know where I could find some moldy tart berries?"
I wrote this so long ago. I wrote this so long ago.
Undead gossip.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what
I
I'm
put it.
looking
I
for.
put it
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
Like, what's the business to you about some moldy tarts?
Bussin'
You don't
sandwich
look
if
the
you're
type.
already forgetting your words.
You don't look the type to be looking around for mold.
What's in it for you? To know my business.
He just kind of eyes you up and down. Just simple questions. Are you a streamliner? Are you a runner?
I am neither.
You have any interesting berries to sell?
Depends on who's buying.
The one you'd be looking for would be Trethis. She's inside. She might like berries and trade might give you some moldy ones.
As I walk past him, I'll just like flip out a gold coin, or not, sorry, a silver coin, just out of like, and pass it to him as I walk by. For
He
your
just kind of
silence
takes it,
that I was here.
puts it in his pocket, and cat back down. Just
Yep.
as soon as you walk inside, you're just hearing quite a bit of coughing, and immediately as you like turn your right, you see what looks to be a couple of younger children, probably around the age of 10, just covered. One of them is covered in a few sores on their face. One of them has a cold, wet, damp cloth placed on their forehead, and they're both just and just you see this bent over, very feminine elf with just thick, sweaty, like stuck together hair, with just a bandana tied across her forehead, just a draped gown that is covered in both bile and feces and blood, as she's just been like rubbing her hand on this, like she's got gloves on and she's just carefully rubbing her hands in a bucket over a couple of these young children, just making sure that soap is carefully getting in between each of the fingers on the gloves before she carefully starts removing a bandage over one of the boys' boil spots, just checking it. Just corner of her eye, she looks at you and it's like, "How are you? What you doing here?"
My name is Child, or at least you can call me that. Are you, what was the name again?
Trethis.
Trethis? Are you Trethis?
She just kind of stands up, just... "Well, Child, if that's indeed your real name. Strange one indeed, but... Aye. That be me. What can I do for you?"
I've been sent on a mission of sorts, and I need information on the plague, and it seems like you might have some, and I look at the kids, look back at her.
She just carefully, like, lifts up her right arm so the sleeve of her gown pulls down, so then she just carefully wipes her forehead so she's not using the glove at all, and she just... "Let's cut the shite. I'm tired of talking in code all day. Looking for who's starting this, or where it could have begun?"
Yeah, I want to know where it came from, how it started, because it's the root of the problem is how we're going to fix it. Because there's enough people that are dead. We don't need more.
Started at Sister Marjorie's house for the unhomed. Sister Marjorie actually being my sister.
May Kavea have her soul in rest. Lost her about a week and a half. She fought the good fight along Father Caro and tried to do what she could after her entire orphanage seemed to fall apart.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've heard enough sorries. I don't need any from someone who's not actually invested in this place. I know the type you are. That's why people come here. They're hoping to get coin. They're hoping to get some kind of berry, if they will.
She was your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Did she tell you who had it first?
It was a wee lad. It was about 6 winters. Well, winter's only known since class school, but it was a fun lad. He was very lively. He played around at both Sisters' Orphanage and Church of Warmth. He was energetic. And the one day he started coughing up blood.
No wounds? Did he go anywhere he wasn't supposed to?
No. He was one that actually listened to rules, and very much like my sister was an enforcer for the rules. You know the saying, snitches go in ditches. Well, that one would put few of the kids in ditches if they got out of line. Roll me an insight.
Yeah, sorry, this is also Dill trying to figure out what to ask.
No, you're good. What do I ask a grieving person?
16, yeah, right? I'm like, what do I do?
No. Are you
Anyway, facts don't
maintaining
care about your feelings.
Are you maintaining eye contact with her this entire time?
I would think I've got like an eye on her. I'm looking at the kids, kind of look at the rooms. Like I'm a rogue, right? I'm looking for not like my exits
So
as well, but like I'm paying attention.
glancing
to
at her, like
everything.
you every now and then see her eyes just like kind of look past you, and as she looks at you, but she's maintaining eye contact. But every now and then, eyes look over, past you, back at you, eyes past you, and then back at you.
Perception check to see what she's
All
looking
right.
at.
You're just kind of trying to casually look around.
Yeah, 17.
As you slowly begin to like kind of turn around to take things in, are you trying to do this like nonchalantly as possible, just subtle? As you kind of like turn to take everything in, trying to follow her gaze, you look back, and you see like Thieves Guilds have job postings. They have for like information on this, wanted for this, trying to find this. You see on there, like there's a few like missing posters. Obviously, it's gotta be members that are part of the Thieves Guild, and you see on there, wanted, bold letters, alive. There's a very well detailed picture of you.
Okay, roll insight to see if she's recognized that it was me.
Oh, you want me? You're asking the DM to roll insight now?
No, I'm rolling insight to see if she's recognized it was me.
Oh, okay.
16.
Dang, she rolled real low for deception. Oh, it seems that she's putting 2 and 2 together.
Alright. I'm gonna walk straight, just fully confident, very nonchalant, walk straight up to the poster, pull it down, and just like, I want to read, who, like, you know, like, bring to this person for reward or something like that. Like, I want to know who put it up, or who's asking for the, like, who's put the bounty on my head, basically.
So reading it, it says, job posted by Auntie.
Do I recognize the name?
Roll me a history check. Difficulty's not high on this one.
It's not high, or it is high?
Is not high.
Okay.
Just because you also have that funneled drill.
Me when I lie.
16.
16. You seem to recall that Nanette's journal referred to Lysindra as anti-Lysindra, so you're kind of wondering. It's like, could it be? It can't be. No. Would my own mother put out a wanted for me? As you grab that poster, you immediately hear, Dallin, ease up. And like as soon as she says that, you just kind of look, and off to your left is this lithe, like gnome with a knife out, just hanging over the door, eyeing you and like looking like he was ready to pounce. And then he kind of just recoils back into the shadow and disappears. So it would seem that you recognize your own face. Arceus really is one of the best artists in this city.
How long has this been up?
It seems to get updated every now and then. Seems to be updated every couple of years. I've been here for about 5 years and postered with Auntie requesting since then. My
5
predecessor
years.
said that it's... there's been a constant lookout for a purple tiefling. That she would have ran away from Raxus. Does that sound familiar to you?
See, the problem with people in our line of work is sometimes we ask too many questions. The wrong questions.
Aye.
Instead of the right ones.
See, now my question is, do you want to walk out of here without, possibly as she just kind of eyes over to a door that is very closed, and then to a hallway, and she's like, do you feel like getting out of here without your head being caught up by others like you? Because whoever's put up that poster, the fee keeps going up. Right now it seems to be at 1,000 platinum. That's 10,000 gold.
Yeah, for that I might just turn myself in. But trust me,
I
likes
wouldn't do that, dear daughter.
that was sarcasm. Dad? Really?
Yeah, you're embarrassing me.
Dude!
It's like,
How old are you? You don't understand sarcasm?
Yeah, like here. Again, I'm just gonna say like that was a very sarcastic joke of like, for that I might turn myself in, but trust me, no one's like me. And
I'm
if I were you, I
immaterial, though.
wouldn't lay a finger on me. And so long as you don't lay a finger on me, I won't lay a finger on you.
I'm the one that calls the shots around here, and I'll say this right now. If you're looking into what killed my dear sister, and what's could possibly stop young ones from dying, and she kind of keeps glancing over to the hall and the doors around and eyes up to the... This very much like flat roof. There's no rafters, so whichever that gnomish rogue assassin descended from, like whatever magic he used, like that he disappeared into, and she's just like, I can keep the sharks at bay. Many of those around here lost good ones. Some have just been trying to pass through and got to other jobs and lost companions, so I could keep sharks out of the water as long as possible. As long as you're actually able to help solve this.
That is my intent. Enough people have died, and I've been running away for far too long. And I'm kind of looking at the poster again. Just crumple it up.
She just holds up her hands, and you just watch as the gloves burn away to ash. She just... I was never a good rogue. I'm more of the sorceress type. She just walks over and just pulls at the top of her left shoulder and just begins to rip down. Now she's just wearing this black leather outfit, and she just... Everyone's so keen on this Church of Warmth and the Father Caro. She pulls out a letter, and it just says right on their tray, and she just hands it to you. My sister loved that Father Caro, said he was a good man. But why the fuck, in this letter, did she say don't trust the Father? Worth looking into, don't you think? As much as those over there at the Church of Warmth praise Father Moore and the Lord of Life and the Sun and all new things, shite's been real weird, if you ask me. Every now and then, someone goes missing. Especially when they follow Father Caro out to his family's estate in the Grim Pine Woods.
Child just kind of shakes her head and goes, I always hated churches and temples. So just above tail, this is a letter that Marjorie wrote to Trethus.
So, you are jotting down what is in the note?
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna, like, read it fully, but I'll just kind of whisper to patron/father, just be like, watch my back for a second, as I lay out both of them and just copy word for word what she has written, like, and then I will let her keep her original letter, because that's from her sister.
help.
It's like,
Father help.
If she has a writing utensil kind of thing.
Oh, she did. She handed
Yeah.
you a pen. It's like, not very often you meet a rogue in this line of business with a good heart.
I don't, and I hand her back the pen.
Like, She just, like, takes it between her middle and index finger. She just flicks it and it's gone. She's just fingers against cheek. Let's get moving. Try what I can with the sharks.
And I'm going to... I know this won't help by much, but I'm going to give her 100 gold and one of my health potions.
Woo! Oh, look at you being so giving. She just takes the coin and potion and she's just...
He's nicer to her than her actual fucking party members. That's wild.
She doesn't
I
say
didn't have to get my patron to kill everybody in the room, okay?
She just kind of just...
You're not very nice to your meat shield.
She just places it down on the table and pats herself on the left shoulder, and that nursing type gown reappears and gloves manifest as she starts going back to the young boys that are not doing too well. Kind of a cue as she was done talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I guess just as I'm stepping out of the door, though, I'm just gonna be like, your sister's orphanage is in whereabouts in the north end is it exactly?
It would possibly be the remnants of it now because it's going to be burned down, but it would be from here about straight up north, close to the fortification wall.
You said it's gonna be burnt down.
Early days of the sickness, not really sure what could have caused it. Purification of fire sometimes does a lot. Well, that's what Magistrate Kren thought. Purity of fire and all that. Well, with his worship of Zadar and all that.
Just kind of shake my head a little bit and I walk out.
Okay, I'll pull up.
I do want to check out the orphanage, like now or sooner rather than later, in case they burn it down. Sooner, like just to.
Oh, like she was implying that like it's already been burned down.
Oh, it's already been burnt down. Okay, well then never mind. Well then, in that case, I want to go back to the inn and read this letter.
All right. So.
Oh, and it is carefully folded and within a hidden pocket because I know what's on the other side is a picture of my face.
So, going back, as you're just
Nice.
having this
That's
jaunt,
funny.
you just hear your patron's voice, but it's not that same raspy tone, it's just, your mother never seems to let go.
Say, you motherfucker.
I'm talking to my patron notes. Do you know why she wants me this badly? She keeps calling me tool. I mean, if anyone's a tool, she's the tool.
Like, as you're walking, immediately, like, you feel an arm on your right shoulder pull you into an alley, and just, like, all of a sudden, it's like
the left arm of your father is just placed against, and he's just, you're not a tool. You're not anyone's fucking property. You are my daughter. And if I hear you talk about yourself, I had to listen to your mother for the first 5 fucking years of your existence refer to you as that. I
gonna,
already want
kinda
her dead. Oh,
I'm
he's
just
already like
kinda-
removed the hand.
Okay, well, I'm kind of like aggressively just like, well, then where the fuck were you the first 5 years of my life?
Always there. Always watching. Do you know how hard it is to get inside of a home that you've been barred from magically? I'm old. Your mother's older.
Got grandparents for parents. Ugh, okay.
You don't know the truth about what your mother actually is. Have you never wondered why the angel in Deprat was so questioning about what you are, my dear sweet girl?
What am I? You seem to know.
You are a child born of the wilds and the hells. Your mother is a hag. An old arch hag. There's some theories on what your mother is, what she does, if her face is even her face. You just see like his face turn stern and you begin to smell nothing but brimstone as the ground at your feet starts to turn with flame. It's like, you are sweet, sweet innocent child. It was to be used and I'm not going to allow that.
Right, well, at least you stepped in when you could. Because I don't particularly like my mother, but why did you sleep with her then if she's such a bitch?
Your mother has charms. I thought she was actually interested and called me stupid. You can call me stupid.
She fed your ego, didn't she?
Oh, she stroked my ego well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she struck.
Fighting the wars I've fought, fighting and killing some of the devils, besting Asmodeus's daughter, that was tiring, and your mother gave me comfort after every battle. She's smart, she was cruel, she was beautiful. Cold. Colder than ice. If I had known all her true plans for why she birthed you, I would have ran even deeper in the hells than I've already gone.
What? Still never answered the question though. What did she want before? Why am I her tool?
You weren't meant to be sentient, child. You weren't meant to have a life. You were meant to reach the ripe age of 18, and then everything you are, as his hand just comes up to your face and taken, hollowed, like a suit of armor. She was going to use you as a vessel to change and become you. But still be her.
Is this something she can still do to me? I'm above the age of 18.
Don't die, my sweet girl. If you die, you're just a shell to be worn.
If I die, can you take my body to the house?
You just, like, the moment, like, you say die, like, his voice cracks and he's just, I won't let my flesh and blood die.
Just kind of
Jesus Christ.
God, this
Jason
music
Bourne.
keeps really hitting at certain points!
Yeah.
like, oh!
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
He just like the hand just kind of tenderly starts like moving the hair out of your face. Is like, some might think devil is evil, some might think us horrid. But a father is as a father is, and I will do all to protect what I have helped create.
I'm gonna
like your
roll quick insight just to make sure he's not lying because I've been nice.
Alright.
Oh, I don't know, 5. I believe him.
He seemed to be telling like the complete and utter truth.
Yeah.
It's like, I have watched you since you ran away when they tried to burn your mother.
Burn the witch.
Child
Well-
just like she's not crying, but her eyes are like very much so tearing up, and she's just like,
He just kind of like stands straight up and he goes,
You do know I could take you away, right, from all this? You could live a palace life. Live as the daughter of the Lord in the Hells. Command legions if you'd like.
that
You'd be
is a
far
very-
away.
That's a very, very tempting offer.
You'd never have to look over your shoulder.
never have to like point where you put that launch poster. Like,
Never have to worry about sharks in the water.
I would say goodbye to the party.
Unfortunately, yes.
he just kind of holds out his
Yeah.
hands like,
So much power at your hands.
And I just slowly take his hand.
you just kind of like disappear in a cloud of purple. And you're like back in the tavern inside of your room. It's like,
I'm sure they can solve the problem here if needed. With or without you, they seem rather capable. Trusting in mortals is not something a devil likes to admit. I trusted in them to keep you alive.
I'm sure they'll do fine. But for the sake of every mother and fatherless child in this city, I will pass on the information I learned so that they can have a fighting chance. One better than I had. And with that, I'm gonna go up to Felix first because I'm gonna assume that the elves are in a trance.
as you start heading to the door, he's like,
You need a name if you're going to be royalty in my court. Child doesn't suit. What name would you like to take, my dear sweet girl?
I never had a name. But I
Because you
think
were never
so.
loved enough to actually be given a name, and I'm offering you now a hand of love.
I'm actually crying.
Stop it.
told y'all this session was gonna be rough.
She's getting me, goddamn.
I don't want you to go.
Oh man.
He just kind of like walks up and places his hands on your shoulders, like,
You, my dear daughter, are a fucking queen.
I have a
And a
name.
queen needs a name.
I'd like to be called Safrena.
My dear daughter Safrena, the courts of hells are not ready for what you can bring.
As he just kind of like starts stepping back, arms out wide, and the room around begins to crumble. And you just see as fire and pillars of black stone towers begin to rise, as tens of thousands of devils begin to start marching, and all of them begin to slowly start bowing. The devilish orange figure that had followed you all for so long, this Cambion, his wings begin to extend out as he just...
My lady, Sofrana.
This like hold there as you see like draconic demon entities flying around, all of them falling down, beginning to bow to you.
He's like, we wait. Say your goodbyes if you must.
And he just slowly starts kneeling towards you.
I'm gonna go up to Felix's room real quick. Quickly, dry my tears. Oh my word. Yeah, knock on the door.
Open.
Yep.
Can I roll an insight to notice if she was crying?
I'm gonna say I'll allow for advantage at this point.
Dude.
She's not hiding it super well. Fuck. Okay. Well,
Do you want
okay.
She
I don't
doesn't
think
really
I
cry.
noticed. I don't
Do
think
you
I
want me to
noticed.
roll deception or?
I got a 9, 11 is the highest.
I'll say
roll
with
I've
11,
gotten.
like you can definitely see that there's a red tinge to her eyes. Like it, she went out, she came back. Her eyes were fine before. Now there's just a red lining through it. It looks like her cheeks are a little bit puffy.
Child, are you okay?
Yes and no. I went out, to get information. And, here's what I found. And I'll hand him the wanted poster. Just, ignore the picture of my face. But the letter inside will be very important. As the plague started at an orphanage at the north end. It's since burned down, but Sister Marjorie was the keeper of the caretaker of those kids, and they were the first to get the plague. But her sister is still alive. She's in the Thieves Guild. She's doing her best to take care of who she can. But before Sister Marjorie died, she sent her sister Trathus this letter, and in it indicates not to trust Father Karos. Something about whatever he's doing in the Church of Warmth is shifty, unwelcome. People go missing, especially when they go to his estate. I wanted to leave you with that because on the other side of that paper is why I have to leave.
What? You're leaving? And then I just look at the paper.
And my mother wants me. And if she gets me, terrible, terrible things will happen. So I am going.
Well, hold on. You don't can we discuss this a little bit? I mean, we've been through all this. We can protect you. I can protect you.
If I die, you won't be able to protect yourself.
What about your father? Can he help?
He is helping. I'm gonna say my piece to the rest of them, but I wanted to leave you with this as well. And I'm just going to dump all of my money on Felix. Keeping that dagger.
Man, this sucks.
No.
So you're not gonna tell me where you're going?
I can't, because you can't follow me.
When are you leaving?
Right away. I will say my
Are-
goodbyes to the others as well.
Are you coming back?
Maybe. There's a chance.
Okay. It was an honor to fight beside you.
Give
It
him a
just
hug.
I just imagine I went for a handshake and then you hugged. And I was just like, okay. I was like, okay. I just
It's the most awkward hug ever.
Yeah.
just like, just like the just like, okay. And just like the pat on the head. And just wherever you're going, just know you've always got a home here too.
I'll step out and I'll go to Nakia's room next.
Just hear up at Nakia's room.
Just
Are you in a,
open the
you're
door.
in a trance?
They can break free of
I
it.
think. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Well, I'm.
You can choose to end it.
Yeah.
You with the sign in.
Yeah. I'll break the trance
Sorry.
and then go open the door.
Okay.
Wait, child?
Hi.
Wait. Can I roll insight?
Everyone's gonna roll
Everybody
inside.
else, like, insight.
What's going on?
The insight.
Yeah. Again, I'll say with advantage.
Roll
Yeah, go ahead and roll again.
Do you want me to roll
Okay.
deception and all for because if I roll deception, y'all are
no.
screwed.
I mean, how hard are you trying to hide it?
Okay. Got it.
No, I'm
you
really
can
not.
tell she's been emotional. Like everything on Child's face says like something's happened.
Can I come in?
Yeah. It's everything okay? And then she's gonna like reach for a dagger and it's like, "Are you in trouble?"
Yes and no. It's okay. Nothing immediate.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
I went out investigating, and I found out some things, and I've passed on the vital information to Felix, and
Okay.
he'll be able to confer in the morning. But there are reasons that I have to go.
Go. Wait. Like leave?
I've discovered that my mother is after me, and there is a very, very high price for my head. But she wants me alive. But if I die, terrible, terrible things will happen. And I can't do that. I can't continue going knowing that at any second if I die, she takes over. So, my father has given me an opportunity where I can go that will in turn keep everyone else safe.
This sounds really serious. I
wanted to
really.
I wanted to personally let you guys know before I go.
I think Nakia would be confused, but at the same time can see the seriousness in her face, and she's just going to just hug her. Wherever you go, I hope you're safe.
I will be. And if you ever need me, I guess I should let you know that you can look for Safrena instead of a girl named Child.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go to Araxis's room next, or is he now been? I guess I'll find
I will say with the time, like he's pretty much Nalbin like has just been like the last finishing, so you still get a little bit of personality of Araxis in there, but it's mainly Nalbin. It's like 75-25.
And I was gonna ask, like, what's the time frame
Alright.
of all of this?
So it's just knock on the door and
Hey. But whatever. Come in.
Open the door. Hi.
Child? What's up?
I've got some important news. I went out investigating and I found out some vital information for the plague investigating, and I've given my my findings to Felix. He will be able to share the rest with you. And among those findings, you will also see a wanted poster of myself from my mother. And
Returning home,
I will be leaving. I am not going to my mother.
I kind of figured. Why else would your father come out of nowhere and actually proclaim who he is?
It shocked me. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know, and didn't know what to think of it. But I guess I finally have a parent that actually gives a fuck.
Ain't that some shit? I'm assuming you're doing this because you're leaving really soon.
Yeah, I am.
Well, good luck to you. Pretty sure
after
Kieran's
them.
not.
Please look after them.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
You're chaotic, but you've got a heart of gold, Nelvin. And I can see
Nelvin.
that you're doing your best.
Try. That's all I can say. And to end it all, Nalvin just bows.
I'll give him a bow back. Do my best to mimic what you just did.
Mm-hmm. You stop your fucking crying! I saw that, Swift!
Yeah, roll the high deception, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's
Roll
an 8.
Yeah, get wrecked! Get wrecked!
Shut up! The music doesn't help.
Music is like the
It
best
helps a
and worst
lot.
for this. If there's nothing else you want to say, I'm going to step out and go to Kieran's room.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock, knock.
Felix, what the fuck? Yeah,
Hey, it's your turn, not mine. You're saying, what the fuck?
he's assuming it's Felix. He's bringing out a
I'm just
pants.
peeking over, like, through the door.
Fuck you want, Felix?
Just Felix just keeps on watching child go from room to room like, yeah, keeps on crying more.
You're like, oh dear, oh dear. Deception.
Gonna, I won't have my mask on. I'll have
Get touched.
open the door. Felix, what the dude? Child?
Hi.
You alright? Something's wrong with your eyes.
Your eyes are sweating.
Your eyes are...
You're-
Do you
It's
need?
called
And then
crying. Have you ever tried it? It's very cathartic.
a lot more than I'd like. I'm casting Goodberry. Do you?
What's cathartic?
Actually, I would like a good berry. I'm three health points down.
I'll hand her all 10.
I'm gonna take. I'll take 3 for sure.
What's wrong?
I went out investigating. I'm gonna give the spiel for the 4th time. Went out investigating. Found
Together.
out some vital information about the plague. I passed on my findings to Felix, and he'll be able to explain the rest. But I
Why
also,
Felix?
I figured that
That's the closest one.
he's a human. He was awake. I assumed that you guys would be in a trance. So thank you for breaking it for me.
Yeah.
I found a wanted poster of me. And turns out my mother wants me for
And what?
horrible.
Aren't we all hiding from someone?
I wish I could say my case was that simple. If I don't go into hiding, or if I die, and my mother takes over my body, terrible, terrible things will happen. And I can't do that to you guys.
You won't die. We have Felix to take all the hits for us.
Fuck you, buddy.
How
I heard
many
that.
times- How many times have we come close to death?
A lot more times than I can count, and I don't know how.
Exactly. I'm gonna go. And I'm sorry, but you guys can't follow.
He when you say go, he reaches out instinctively to grab one of your wrists. Go, what do you mean?
I'm gonna reach to my belt and just like, I know these aren't much, but take these and I'll give him my 2 regular daggers. Can use these to throw at or skin a deer. Go hunting with them.
I don't get what you're saying. Just got here.
I know.
House of Seven, huh?
If you guys ever need me, look for Lady Safrena in the Hells, and I'll just take a step out of the room.
I'm just sitting here in silence.
I will go back down the stairs. Both tears of pain of goodbye and tears of joy as I walk towards my father.
As you're walking towards him, he just, in his hands, there's like this small black stone that, seeing you, he just smiles and just grabs it and crushes it, and it begins to form this circlet. And in the center of it is a amethyst. On either side of it is 2 rubies, and he just moves it and it just perfectly goes over your head. As he moves his hand, the Soul Eater dagger that he gave you when you made your pact begins to shatter and break, and it begins to form these pauldrons over your shoulder, and as they rest, this purple ball gown begins to just drape over your figure as pieces of obsidian armor just begin to bear on your chest, as he's just like reaching out with his hand. Are you ready, Safrena?
I am ready, Father.
As your hand reaches into his, he just begins to take you back, and the scene of the hells just begins to close, and now it goes back to just wood wall. As Child has now been renamed, and Child has gone home.
Do we see that? Like, did we witness that?
I mean,
Or
if you
no?
followed after her going downstairs.
Yes. Yes.
So all 4 of you did?
Yes.
Or, okay, so the 3 of you did. So the 3 of you just like clambering down the stairs, just emotions, and you just witness this regal form take over her, and you see Astrazuth, you see this realm of just thousands upon thousands of legions of soldiers, all of them bowing, and you just see Astrazuth look towards you all in your heads. You just hear, "You have my thanks for taking care of my daughter. Live well." And as the image disappears, you are all left standing there with just a singular note left from her investigation.
I'm just gonna. I feel like I just
Son of a
want to drop
bitch.
to my knees in like devastation. Like what just happened?
I'm gonna walk down just after.
So like hand on like Nakia's like shoulder.
I'll
I,
probably join as well. Well, we got a lead. Let's not waste it.
Said,
just remember,
it's coming.
this wasn't a goodbye. I'm sure we'll see her again.
And that is where we're going to end it for tonight's session. It is a tearful end, of course. But we say goodbye to our dear Dill tonight. But not
Yep.
a complete goodbye. It is a see you later. See you when I see you.
Yeah, that was Felix and me talking. That wasn't a fucking goodbye. You'll come back.
Yeah.
You better.
We hope you have, our lovely viewers, enjoyed the antics of our tiefling rogue. Expect to see her at some point because we're not letting her go that easy. We're not going down without a fight. We'll
Nope.
fight with every system to get her. She's just
I don't
going on to
care.
really good things. So
I don't care if I'm fighting hell, the IRS. Yeah, you're gonna play D&D with us.
Come visit me in the Seven Hells, guys. I'll be there.
She'll
your
be
dad
safe,
there.
oddly, she'll be
I'll
safe,
I'll
oddly enough
sitting
in
there,
hell.
like bikini, tropical drink. Hey guys, what's up?
they're just all beating crap and just like,
You won't want to come back at all. It's just like, you're like,
I'm like, can I
Oh.
come here with you?
Like a sauna down here. What do you mean? It's beautiful.
Wish her luck in her endeavors.
Yeah. It's like we wish her well, and we hope that you all wish her well with us. But we will sadly be without her in our next session. But with all our
Her-
tears, we wish her well.
yeah, some love in the comments for Dill and Child.
But love you all so very
Lady
much.
Safrena.
Yes. Well, we love you all so much, and hope to see you all in the next session. Have yourselves a wonderful day, wonderful evening, just an all-around wonderful time. Love you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.